on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Hello, my name is Carl Wasty and this is...
I'm Zoe Brown. A very good morning, Wasty.
Good morning, it's so nice to see you, eh?
Listen, it is a special week because, yes, there's a public holiday in it.
Yes.
But it's also Women's Day and Women's Month that we want to make sure that you kickstart this brand new week really good, and you've made a great choice by tuning into your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Yes, of course. It's obviously Women's Month. We're celebrating. It's going to be amazing, but we hope that everybody manages to make it a safe trip to work and school. We are very, very aware of the taxi strike at the moment and very sensitive to what it's going to do on the roads, but we've got some updates for you. We're going to make sure that you are informed, so please don't worry. Even if you are chilling at home today and relaxing, that's fine as well. We've got everything you require, and of course, we've got the sporting results over the weekend, which is great. I know that G will be all over that stuff, and we're also celebrating women's sport, which we should have done, right, a long time ago, but if this is the catalyst for us to do it every day and every weekend, why not?
I know, that is amazing that we'll be unpacking all of the sporting action that took place, and of course, our ladies, netball, we were there all the way, and we are still so proud of them. Banyana, another group of ladies we are very proud of. And we're just very heartbroken by those results. But today in the kitchen, we are also going to be whipping up the ultimate brekkie egg roll. Plus, Abigail Donnelly, she's going to be in studio to show us the latest in marble decor for your kitchen. Okay,
this is great. Egg roll and marble decor. That sounds like
we're merging the two together.
The best magazine headline ever. And then finally, we are being entertained by the vocals of Kenny Hughes, a man so good he requires only Hugh. That's his surname. So please wait for Kenny. We got everything you need, as you can see. So Zoe and I are ready, but we do need one last element, the cherry on top. And here's your cherry.
Oh, I think you got your cherry back, buddy. I saw that smile. So good to see you guys together. We love that little energy. We love our Carl and our Zoe, and we love our women in sports. I know we are feeling very crestfallen. It took a lot to get me up and running, find the requisite amount of positive energy this morning. I'm feeling for our ladies, both on Banyana's front and, of course, our Proteas ladies doing so much for the brand of women's sport in South Africa. So I want to hear from you guys. Who are the women in South African sport that inspire you? 063-408-8863. Who is out there? It doesn't have to be a big, famous sporting star. For me, it's definitely Kaz Naidu. She does more to highlight amazing women in sport than anyone I know. Who's that person for you? Let us know. Let's dive into those news and sporting headlines. Yep, we've got to get through the tough stuff, and we'll do that now.
Let's go and jump straight into your news, and here we go. So nationally, I want to start you there. Taxi body Santaco has confirmed that its strike action will continue in the Western Cape today. Now, Santaco leadership met with provincial authorities to discuss their concerns relating to the impoundment of vehicles. They said they were open to further talks with the government on the matter and appealed to their members to refrain from interfering in other modes of transport. Golden Arrow Bus Services earlier secured a High Court interdict against intimidation, harassment and damage to property. This after 6 buses were set alight when the strike was announced. Now, it's reported that former Eskom CEO Andre de Ruyter has landed a new job at a top university in the US. De Ruyter parted ways with the embattled power utility after an explosive TV interview in February. He's expected to join Yale University at month's end and will lecture on topics such as renewable energy. De Ruyter previously estimated that up to 1 billion rand a month was being stolen due to corruption at Eskom. Eskom has subsequently cancelled coal supply agreements and construction contracts valued at 11 billion rand as authorities crack down on crime. On to international news. Mozambique's first maritime court has opened in the capital, Maputo. It aims to strengthen the preservation of marine, lake and river resources, as well as combat rampant exploitation, illicit trafficking and international crimes in these environments. With its installation, Mozambique seeks to protect its natural resources and ensure the security and sustainability of its waters and maritime territory. Northern Mozambique has been hit by a 6-year-long jihadist insurgency, while other national security threats include piracy, sea pollution, illegal fishing and trafficking of drugs and people. And wrapping things up on a very light note, in fact, a pink note, the Barbie film has hit the $1 billion mark just 17 days after being released, says distributor Warner Brothers. The movie will finish the weekend worth $1.03 billion in ticket sales at the global box office. Warner Bros. Said yesterday, it appears as if the long lines of people at cinemas and repeat viewings are proof that the movies are back after the cinema industry suffered due to the COVID-19 pandemic lockdowns. The pink-hued film has also received praise from critics and inspired scores of selfies at doll boxes installed in cinemas across Britain. An absolutely amazing thing. And I mean, and finally, you know, the most watched fight in history awaits us. You thought that was the tail ender. This is it. Elon Musk has said that his proposed cage fight with Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg would be live streamed on the social media platform, X, apologies, owned by Musk and formerly known as Twitter. And all proceeds will go to charity. But Musk added the fight due to take place in Las Vegas. The US promises to be an ultimate test for two of the richest, most well-known men on the planet and will generate enormous interest. Musk said in a tweet yesterday he's playing with weights all day long to counter the onslaught of his jiu-jitsu trained opponent. It is a battle for the ages and something that we will see a lot of headlines of as that fight progresses and as the build-up happens. Amazing stuff. So that's it for your news desk for now. Of course, we've got one more update, or in fact, two more updates coming through on your Feel Good Breakfast show. But here's the update on all the sporting action over the weekend. Here's Graham with all the deets.
Well, there is some silver lining to find out there. Let's start with that and the rugby. The Springboks certainly upped their game post-halftime to secure a back-to-back victory over Argentina, prevailing 24-13 in Buenos Aires over the weekend. So the Springboks initiated scoring with a Mani Lebok penalty, but Los Pumas, they led 10-3 at halftime through Gonzalo Bertranau's try and Emiliano Boffelli's three-pointer. They really were finding those little gaps, and in the second half, Jacques Nienaber's team made a strong comeback with tries from Makazola Mapimpi, the finisher, and Kanan Moody, who certainly put his hand up, reclaiming the lead. Then, next up, the Boks will be up against Wales, and that's on the 19th of this month as our final preparation game for the World Cup. Now, speaking of World Cups, let's turn to football now. And the Netherlands have advanced through the FIFA Women's World Cup quarterfinals. That was with a 2-0 victory against Banyana at the Sydney Football Stadium yesterday. So Jill Roert netted her fourth tournament goal with a header for an early advantage. Then Lynette Berenstain capitalised on a goalkeeping mishap in that second half, one of the few to see this tournament, and that sealed the Dutch triumph. Next, they will face Spain in Wellington on Friday. Now we turn to netball. In a disappointing finish to their Netball World Cup journey, the Proteas sadly fell short against a very energetic Ugandan team in that 5th-6th playoff at the CTICC over the weekend. So despite the lively ambience, the Proteas faced difficulties reeling in the determined opponents. They really were on fire on the day, resulting in a 47-49 defeat. So in the scenario echoing the 2022 Commonwealth Games, where Uganda secured a similar win over our ladies in the 5th-6th position contest. So they've been there before, but we can certainly say we are still so proud of your performance. Now, in a triumphant display on the flip side of that coin, Australia have clinched their 12th Netball World Cup Championship, and they certainly deserve it. They quashed England's bid for a maiden victory. So despite England's prior group stage success, that 56-55 edge, they stumbled against the dominant Diamonds. They really were on fire yesterday, succumbing 61-45 ultimately. So the victory signifies Australia's remarkable 9th appearance in this final, and their only setbacks in the past stemming from encounters in 2003 and 2019. The Diamonds deserved winners, and we certainly tip our caps to you, ladies. And that's where we leave our sporting headlines. We'll delve a little deeper into all of the permutations as we progress over the next hour. But right now, let's set the scene with the week's weather.
And just to look at what we're about to touch, those headlines are SA and Axe fishing ban to protect endangered penguins. And a century ago, there were 1 million breeding pairs. Now there's only 10,000. Now this morning, we have the most encouraging environmental report for our viewers. South Africa has announced that it is imposing a 10-year ban on fishing near penguin colonies in a bid to bring the little black and white bird back from the brink of extinction. Now, this critically endangered African penguin, endemic to South Africa and Namibia, risks being wiped out by 2023 if no action is taken, said Environment Minister Barbara Creecy at a media conference. To quote Creecy, she said, "I have taken a decision to implement fishing limitations in the waters around penguin colonies for a minimum of 10 years. Penguins, which waddles awkwardly on land but turns into a fast-swimming torpedo in the waters, has suffered a drastic decline in numbers. Of some 1 million pairs, penguins are monogamous and that huddled on Southern Africa's shorelines a century ago, not more than 10,000 remains today. Let's take a look at your temperatures starting off in Polokwane. A low of 4 and a high of 23 can be expected. Mbombela 8.28. If you're in Pretoria, 7's your low, 24 your high. Johannesburg 6 with a high of 22. Mahikeng 3.25. Klerksdorp 3.23. If you're in Kimberley, 4's your low, 24 your high. Bloemfontein -1, reaching a high of 23. Richards Bay 13 with a high of 24. If you're in Pietermaritzburg today, 8 is your low, 24 your high. Durban 14.23. Mthatha 7 with a high of 23. If you're in East London, your low, 22 your high. Cradock 6.26. Kabeja, your low is 12, your high 24 today. Sunny in George, 9 with a high of 20. Cape Town 11, reaching a high of 19. Worcester 5.23. Sutherland 4 with a high of 20. And if you're in Uppington, 7's your low, 23. In fact, your high is 29 degrees Celsius. Well, those are your temperatures for your Monday morning. Let's take a look at your sunrise views. Moving to Alberton, Wendy shared this lovely view of the sun rising in the distance. And then we move over to GQ, where Sandra stepped out for the day and shared this beautiful sunrise view with us. Ivana in Kariga sent this video enjoying the breathtaking view, and it looks like a warm day ahead. Thank you for those beautiful sunrise views, the videos and the photos. And if you have any you'd love to share with us, please do so on our WhatsApp line. That number is 063 408 8863.
Right, so there are still so many things to look forward to in your Feel Good Breakfast Show. I'm so glad you woke up with us. So make the coffee, stir it slow, and get ready for a little unpacking of our spa proteas and how amazing they were. We'll have a stalwart in studio to make sure that unpacking is done by a former pro. And then, of course, we need to look at the socials, because it looks like our social media trends have tracked through that everybody is backing our ladies. And we celebrate women's sport right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back just after this.
Now you can generously give a voice to Storytime. Visit our library of homegrown audio stories at cadbury.co.za.
It's my feel.
Welcome back. Yes, we gotta do it. We gotta talk a little bit of netball because we are so proud of our Proteas. The Netball World Cup journey ended on a somber route, falling short against a very spirited Uganda in that 5th-6th playoff place at the CTICC. Despite the very vibrant atmosphere of the Proteas, I think they struggled to keep pace, leading 47-49 in that final loss. And in the final, Australia, of course, dominating England for a well-deserved 61-41 triumph. Diamonds unstoppable and claiming the 2023 Netball World Cup Championship. So well done, ladies. This, of course, marked the 12th World Cup victory for the resilient Australian Diamonds, who unseated defending champions New Zealand, then finishing 4th as a result. And here to chat a bit more about yesterday's final day of the Netball World Cup is former Proteas player, who I'm sure is feeling far worse than me this morning, Liesl Stoltz. Liesl, so good to see you again.
Thank you for having me.
Mixed feelings around this. So much positive energy around netball, around this World Cup, around the tournament. On a personal level, how have you been able to wrap your head around what the ladies have been through? How are you feeling about what the Proteas achieved at this World Cup?
Yeah, I think they did fantastic. It's difficult. I mean, I feel the heartbreak and my heart's really sore for them because I think they deserved a better position. But to be honest, the top 6 teams were so on par this year. I mean, anyway, in any game. And like we've seen, the one game England beat Australia by 1. And the next one, Australia beat them by 16. And yes, it's just showing that Australia's got so much depth. And they've got the luxury of just...
the resources to have...
Yes, and I mean, their top combination, they take both the shooters off and play their second best shooters, and they were the MVP. I mean...
the stars of the show, yeah. Look, and it does speak to a massive inadequacy or kind of shift in where resources lie within the general ecosystem, and hopefully this has addressed that to some degree. Against Uganda, it felt like the Ugandans certainly arrived, maybe too much for the Proteas, trying to process everything and being knocked out on home soil. What do you think happened in the match yesterday?
I'm not sure. I think it could have been a combination of tired legs and
tired minds.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know. You know, sometimes the team that wants it more, I don't say the Proteas didn't want it more. Uganda maybe had more at stake, I'm sure. But, I mean, I think the Proteas played for top 4, not for 5th and 6th. So,
100%.
you know, it's always difficult. And Uganda is not a country to not...
Well, we've been there before in the Commonwealth Games in this exact position, so we've tasted that before. What do we take out as positives from this journey? Because the ladies have been knocking on that top kind of tier for the longest time, and we want to kind of feel like we own that. This felt like that was the chance to do it, and maybe we fell short. But so many positive elements. What have you been most encouraged from a netball perspective about this World Cup?
I think it's important that we also develop a depth, that we have not only 6 players maybe playing in the Super League or the Suncorp Super League in Australia, but we have 12 or 15 or maybe 20 playing there, because we need to compete with the other countries in the world to be on the same level. And we can't have only 7 or 8 or 9 players that's top form. We need 15, or, you know, like the whole squad needs to be. We also need that luck of taking any player off at any time and put...
And a like-for-like replacement, so we've seen it where rugby's toyed around with different hemispheres in that sense. It's very difficult when you're playing in a very much domestic league and you're coming up against so-called domestic teams that are composite international teams. It's just a different level altogether. In terms of what this Proteas side can do to take that next step, what is missing? What do we need? Is it just a case of spending money in the right places? From a South African perspective, we can't push players overseas, but we can do something about the state here.
I think, you're probably not going to like my answer, but...
No, but say it, go
I think it's important to support the players, and I think the players should be the most important people. The players, what was shocking to me is that the players weren't even supported by giving them tickets for their family to watch the game.
For sure.
And I don't know what went wrong there, but to have your family or your spouse or your fiancé or your children at the game, I think it's quite important, and that from an emotional, supportive point of view. And I think also the netball players should get more recognition. You get top trump cards about the cricket players, the soccer players, the rugby players. And the netball girls should get more recognised. And also, I think it should be about the players and not about the entourages or the organisation or other VIPs. Because I think they are the most important.
Yeah, no, 100%. Yeah, it's one of those where I wanted to say, maybe look into camera when you say those sorts of things. The blueprint is there, and I think most importantly, the ladies put their hands up, and it was such a wonderful personal journey to be a part of because it was on home soil. So I certainly feel I'm so much proud for all of the work that has happened to get to this point. I just wish the ladies could have had that validation, but we will make it our point as the fans to keep providing the validation. We support not just during the good times, but the tough times. That's when we prove our mettle as fans. But to all the Proteas ladies, before and now, we owe you a massive debt of gratitude. Kind of swimming this thing on a little lone canoe, we get that, and we are here to support you. So to everybody who supported them, well done. This World Cup we will claim as a success.
Big success indeed. We are so proud of everyone that was involved in that. But you know, here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show, we come to you live on S3, but we're also live in the palm of your hand on all of your social media platforms, be that YouTube as well as SABC+. So it's time for us to take a look at what's on Expresso's social feed this morning.
All right, so naturally, yes, we can chat to you on all sorts of platforms, but we love the interaction. It's important, and with our girls doing the most on the football field and on the netball court, all the way to the locker room, the whole country has been sharing the gees and the pride, and this is why.
If there's any time when the Silverferns need to hold on to the ball, it's now. Oh my Lord! I can't believe it! Now it's about composure.
Watch this clutch. Watch this clutch.
Well, they've got to be calm here, the South Africans. And
This is
what
some
can New Zealand
NBA
do?
finishing.
For the joker!
Yeah, I'm still in love with that. I'm still Nicole Talliar. You.
Oh, for me, it's also the presenters, the commentators that are just so
They
hyped
weren't
up.
ready.
Oh, but we weren't the only ones crushing on our girls. You were too. So let's take a look at this. Travis says, in fact, we start off with Travis saying, South Africans, we are a gritty bunch. Lindsay says, there's literally nothing better than an intercept like that in netball, and what a moment to have it. I think we broke the TV screen screaming. Imagine it was insane to be at that match. What a game and a fight in the last quarter.
Sure, then Precious saying, I was screaming my lungs out yesterday, and when Pumza came to our rescue, it was a special moment. Well done to the girls. Preach. Wow.
Linda says, nail biting and so much passion. Yay to our ladies on the field, on the court, and the swimming pool.
Yeah, of course, we had some swimming pool fortunes as well. Then Sipasitle saying, flying with confidence, she displayed unwavering trust in her teammates, knowing that victory was within reach. The camaraderie and determination of these ladies are truly inspiring. Oh, yeah.
And Marilyn says, would have loved to have been there in person. I think we all wish we were there, just listening to that crowd.
Just say that again. Yo.
That's how I read it.
But that's so true. It's the perfect way to read it, given the fact that we are so proud, and I think we always will be. And I hope that this year really lifts the ideas around women's sport. I hope more sponsors jump on board, and I hope more fans become more fanatical about each one of the players as we are with any other sport. So I'm hoping, and I think we can do this together. So it's your show. So remember to always connect with us via our social media platforms. That's at Expresso Show on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Threads, Expresso Morning Show, Mental Telepathy. We're everywhere. So it's S3 and Facebook, and then of course Expresso SABC on YouTube, and use our hashtag Expresso Show as well, and just tag us in photos and videos and moments. Let us know what you want to see on your show. Simple.
Very exciting. Well, there's still lots coming up on our show. Let's find out what else.
All right, is Kane Moody going to the World Cup? Yes or no?
Yes, he is.
Ooh, we'll chew on that. And the Springboks performance, that 33-man squad, is going to be announced on Tuesdays. How did those so-called fringe players do over the weekend? Are they in or are they out? Lorenzo's going to let us know after this.
It's my feel good.
Welcome back. Yes, let's continue to talk sport. This was one of those small positives this weekend. After a somewhat sloppy start, though, the Springboks did regroup in the second half to secure an 8th straight victory against Argentina in their World Cup warm-up showdown in Buenos Aires on Saturday evening, stepping into a typically tense cauldron. So that was a good test of the medal, trailing 10-3 at half-time. Another test, but our boys scored 2 rapid tries in that second half, clinching a resounding 24-13 triumph. Now, as Jacques Nienaber unveils his 33-player World Cup squad on Tuesday, this test stands as the ultimate chance to vie for a coveted spot on the plane to France. And here to chat more about this is, of course, Lorenzo Darius, who is feeling a bit crestfallen. So I didn't want you to talk about netball or Banyana just yet. Lots of positives. One frustration, I'm so no more so than for Mani Lebok. The missed penalties. That's points on the board in a World Cup. That's essential. You're thinking about 9, 12 points in a World Cup. That's your journey coming to an end. How do we address this? Because he's a good kicker. I know the stats speak differently. He's a fantastic kicker, and he's got the attack. He's got all of the other attributes that we need. Is this going to hurt him?
Look, I don't think it's going to hurt him, right? We've got Andre that's on the men's. He's going to be back, and let's be honest, he's going to be number 1 when he gets there. So he'll go ahead of.
We've invested a lot in his recovery.
We have. But Mani Lebok needs to have a little bit more confidence in himself when he's kicking, you know, when that happens.
They were tough kicks.
Yeah, they were, but on the 22-meter line, these are practice kicks. You know,
and he probably gets them 10 out of 10 times in practice.
He does. And I just hope that it wasn't the hostile crowd. It wasn't the
Just
first
the
time
kids.
playing there as well. You know,
I'm
there
loving-
weren't gates around the field, though. Usually we go and play Argentina and we see that all these gates around, the metal, you know. But there wasn't anything. Maybe it was the hostile crowd. Maybe it was the fact that, you know, there's that jitters of, am I going to make the 30-man squad? It could be that, but he needs to up his game if he wants to be within the conversation and the good conversation.
The starting lineup as
There
well.
you go.
Yeah, I think that's a big thing.
He
No,
needs to push.
it's going to be about testing the depth. Just to let Zoe know, because she was all confused waking up to watch the rugby. Yes, we were playing in mint green, and yes, the stadium was completely
Yes.
blue.
Ooh,
Okay,
yeah,
It's a
that
bit
was-
weird. But yeah, I don't know about the kits. I'm not even going to go.
Yeah, let's not go there with the kid. I saw enough on socials.
When you talk about that individual pressure, did that lead to the style of play initially? A bit disjointed, and we were struggling with
Yeah,
the
we were
rest.
struggling.
Could not understand what he was saying. I don't know what was going on, but there seemed to be a massive disconnect. And Bongi tried
Yes.
in his captaincy
Yeah.
on the day to be that go-between, but it just felt like there was a disconnect.
No, there was. Bongi, firstly, let's be honest, Bongi does not have that star power like Siya Kolisi.
Okay.
Right? We are trying to put an imposing person there because he's big.
Yeah.
But that's not how it works.
Yeah.
You can't be this, you know, this massive guy and coming there and just thinking that your physique is going to get your message across to the match officials. It's just not going to work. And he tried, but I feel that we need someone
Those
that
relationships
comes
are
with,
built over
you know,
time.
Siya and Dwayne, they come with a different gravitas, if I can put it like that.
For sure. We looked like a different team coming out in that second half.
Yes.
And the individuals had been putting their hands up. Kane and Moody.
Oh,
most
there
in
we go.
particular. I think he's the one that really shone for me, and I was so happy.
Yeah.
Because this was about those fringe players, some of them so good that you don't quite know how to use them within the system. Those players that you know are reliable, but are they going to give you the X factor in a World Cup? It seemed like there was a balance of both.
Yeah.
What shifted in that second half, and what are the positives you take out of that?
Look, the thing is, the forwards, we could see glimpses of a structured team in that first half. Let's not take that away. But that second half, something went down with Jacques in the change rooms, and the players were a lot more focused on the goal. And they came out and they exploited that space that was there. Because the Argentinians didn't really do anything. If I can put it like that. That quick tap try, that was literally just...
Opportunistic.
There you go.
It's their usual very disruptive play.
Yes.
They'll slow you down.
Yeah.
They'll get the big hits, and they were opportunistic.
They were, but there was nothing else that they were making out of, you know, of thin air, if I can
Structured
put it
play,
like that, and
yeah.
structured play. So for them it was, let's look at what they're not doing, and then we'll just capitalize on it. And then when we came out, we exploited all that space. If you look at those cross kicks that we got for Cannon Moody as well, there was one player there, he was totally out of it, was never going to get him all the way in, off the, you know, on the sideline.
I love it. So you reckon Kanan's done enough to get himself into that 33-man squad?
Pick me, boss, pick me, boss.
I mean, what more can you do in that sense, playing for a team, the so-called kind of fringe team?
Fringe team.
Anyone else that stood out for you that might shock us on Tuesday?
Like I said, again, Makazola Mapimpi should be a little bit worried with Cannon Moody. I'm convinced that Herschel Yankees hasn't done enough to put himself in the team.
Wow.
So it's going to be Faf, it's going to be Quibus, and
Grant.
it could just be Grant. You read my mind? Ooh. We might just give him enough time to recover. We've had faith in Siya, we've had faith in Andre with them being injured. We could do the same with him as well. And then if there's one player I really want to see in that team, it's going to be Dion Fourie.
Yeah, and look,
And there's
he
going to
showed
be
what
some
he can
players
do.
that's going to be like, oh, we're going to sit at home, and, you know, September, October is going to be a long month of braaiing for them, though.
Yeah. Oh, man, it's a tough one. It is always
Good
tough.
problem.
So many permutations heading into the World Cup. A lot of positive signs if you're suspicious as well, which is great. We've been ticking those boxes. But, of course, come Tuesday, the 33-man box squad going to the World Cup will be announced by Jacques Nienauba, and we cannot wait.
Okay, well, listen, rugby is more than just a sport in South Africa. It is a roaring celebration of unity, a showcase of fearless grit, and a wild safari of unforgettable moments that stir the heart and soul. Now, we are shaking things up this morning with the fastest buzzer first rugby quiz. Now, we're going to bring Graham in to come and join us, because how this game is going to work is I'm going to call out a rugby word, and you need to respond with a related word. So, for example, if I say rugby ball, your accepted answer would be like...
Gilbert.
Pass.
You know what I mean? So that's how you'll do it. You can say cleats, scrum,
I just played
passing,
second centre.
kicking,
Pass.
kicking, tackle, try, line out, maul,
Nice.
rug,
Okay.
ruck, you know,
Okay,
all
cool.
those things. So each correct response will earn you a point, but if there's a hesitation or an incorrect answer, the opposing player can then steal the turn. So are you guys
cool.
ready?
I think so.
Okay.
Yes.
We need the one with the most points to win. So before we
Okay.
get started, you need to make
Sounds
your
like
buzzer
sport.
sound. What would your sound be to identify who's
Oh,
going to
Yours would be?
wow. Gee whiz, it's been a while since we've had a
Write a buzz sound thing.
yeah.
I'm
Ba, ba,
Ba.
ba,
Ba.
ba. Yeah,
Okay.
that feels
Yeah,
fast.
mine would be
Oh, nice.
believable.
Nice. I believe I was going to say there's a bit of blade in there.
Yes.
Yeah. Nice.
Are you guys ready?
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Ba.
So
Great.
that is our first word for today's try.
Ba, line.
I feel like I heard that one first.
Moody.
Oh, nice
Thank
one.
you. I'm campaigning for this
Yeah,
kid to
go
get in
for
the
it, bro.
squad.
I'm there.
Kaden, come on, my brother. Yo.
Okay.
Okay.
I think he's done it.
That's acceptable.
Yeah.
Okay. Next word is accepted answers is conversion, touchdown, score, points, tackle, line out, maul, ruck, scrum, forward pass.
So Moody's not in
Forward
there.
pass and Kane and Moody. You missed it.
you
No,
missed
it's
it.
just
Oh,
there
we
wasn't
adding a
enough-
word? Are we
It
adding
wasn't
a word?
It should be in big letters there, Kane
That's
and
correct.
Moody.
Should be
Okay.
there.
Unfortunately, I
So,
cannot
so it
do
has to
that.
be on the prescribed list.
Okay.
Apologies.
Okay.
I tried, Kaden. Sorry, bro.
Next up, scrum.
Bah.
Go, Graham.
Half. Because I like the little guys. Scrum half.
Oh, thank you.
Scrum half. Okay, let's see if that's an
It's
option.
accepted.
Conversion, touchdown, score,
Yes,
points,
no
tackle,
off.
line up,
No,
maul,
but
ruck,
scrum
scrum,
halves are
forward
people
pass.
too, okay?
Well,
So not positions, just game terminology.
yes, it's very gamified.
This a referee made this game, which is why it's very ungamey.
Okay.
Your next word is line out.
Bah.
Go, Carl.
Prop,
Prop. Let's see.
please.
No, you're not.
Throw
no.
in, lift,
come
catch,
on.
jump, tackle, maul, ruck, scrum,
Wrong
touchline,
answers
try.
Okay.
Okay, let's
doing
see.
so well.
Let's see if
Okay,
we
now
can get
I wanna-
points on the board.
No, probably not.
Sure.
Conversion.
Bah. Don't say it, dude. Don't
Graham.
say it.
Say something.
Marty.
No.
Oh, I had to.
No, because
the other one was far worse. The other one was far worse.
I also want to say
I'm going to say kick. Yeah.
Kick is there. Goal, 2 points, try, touchdown, score, post,
First
tackle,
point today.
penalty kick, drop goal.
Well done. First
On
point.
my third attempt, I got
Well
the
done.
points.
You got a point. You
Okay,
got a
cool.
point.
Yes.
Next word
Yeah.
is tackle.
Ah.
Wasty.
I'm going to say breakdown.
Let's see.
I like that for a
Yes.
association.
Come on. Ball barrier. Breakdown should be there.
I know.
feel like ruck, maul, scrum, tries, and all of
I
those.
feel like someone's deleting the words
Yes,
that you say.
as I'm saying it, they're deleting it, including
Some
Kaden
of these
Moody.
answers are wrong. Okay, let's move over to passing.
Bah.
Yeah.
Graham.
Say it.
Moody.
Thank you.
And
Kanan.
Ball.
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 Passing. Let's see. Yes,
Catch
ball is
offload,
there.
backward, forward, right.
But thank you for the Moody
scrum.
thing.
Line
Okay.
out.
Ruck
Try.
and all of that.
On the
Okay.
same page.
That's why there's not a full stop there. It's
Okay. Bonus question. I feel
Yeah.
like we need a bonus
Okay.
question. Winger. Wasty.
Colby.
Can't choose players.
I'm sorry, I just have to. We're such big
outside.
fans.
Outside. That's what I'm going to say.
Outside. Are you saying outside?
Come on.
Let's see.
Outside.
Fast, speed, try, wing. I'm assuming wing is the
Yeah,
equivalent
Moody.
to outside.
Colby.
This might have been
My pimpy.
designed by someone who got a rule book and kind of went into the rule book and then looked for associated words.
I'm
Interesting.
just the host of the game. I did not
Okay.
create the game.
Yes, yes,
That was
yes.
humbling, eh?
No, but it was fun. I think we got a chance to campaign for the players that we want to see on the lineup.
And immediately.
Definitely. Well, do you feel like winning? Well, Clover, they are giving away 80,000 rands worth of Weebers. Now, all you have to do is buy any one of their products, keep your till slip handy, then dial *120 *560# and follow the prompts to enter. It's really that simple. Keep watching Expresso Daily to find out more information. There are some T's and C's that can be found on their website, clover.co.za.
Crouch, touch, but don't you dare pause. Because when you buy any of our favorite Clover products, keep the till slip handy and catch the Expresso Breakfast Show every weekday morning for more details on how to enter. While the box is for rugby's greatest prize, you can win your share of 80,000 rands worth of Weber Prize. So engage and win rugby's greatest moments brought to you with love by Clover.
Oh, like honey pouring over my ears.
Yes, thank you so much. That voice, I don't know what that was though, but
magical.
Yeah, if you are a bit moody, we'd like to, change your. Sorry, I'm still on it. Yeah, just change your mood a bit because we've got some entertainment news from around the world, which is great.
Yeah, and there are some positives in there. Likewise, Banyana's journey through this FIFA Women's World Cup, I know, ended in heartbreak yesterday. They've done so many amazing milestone achievements through this journey, and we are here for the ladies. We are here for her today. It's Women's Month, and we continue our celebrations after this.
It's my feel good. It's my feel good.
Welcome back as we continue to chat sports, and yes, do a little emotional processing in a heartbreaking turn of events. Banyana's aspirations for World Cup glory were shattered yesterday as they suffered a 2-0 defeat at the hands of a very polished Netherlands outfit in a gripping last 16 clash held in Sydney. Jill Ruud propelling the Dutch into the lead, while a very rare goalkeeping error from Kalen Swart handed them at that second goal, expertly netted by Lynette Berenstein, to seal the deal. And the Dutch, I think they displayed remarkable efficiency, earning them that spot in the quarterfinals up against Spain on Friday. And here to chat more about this journey is sports journalist Sibongile Manga. Sibongile, I'm sorry, buddy. I wish we were talking about positive history-making moments, and that's what it would have been, and it already has been.
Yeah, it has been. Indeed.
It has been. So we must feel good about their journey.
Of course. You know, Banyana won their very first game in a World Cup for the very first time. So we got a point, and then we got a win. At least we can celebrate that. Remember, we are not used to these kind of tournaments. So
not at all.
Getting a victory and then a draw, that's something big for us. We would have loved to win the World Cup, but yeah.
Maybe. Man, or even just progressing further, because it kind of felt like all bets were off, and the ladies are playing such a beautiful style of football.
Yes.
You can put your finger on where we fell short, because it felt like the self-belief was there.
Yes.
Probably more belief than I've ever seen in this time. The counter-attacking, absolutely amazing.
Yes.
Depth in the squad, enough. It felt like we only had that plan.
Yes.
No backup plan or a lack of players to inform a backup plan. How do you feel we went wrong against the Netherlands yesterday?
Yeah, well, look, I think somehow the coach maybe...
Good line, getting more players overseas, having that professional league here, whether it's 6 teams, 8 teams, anything happening to provide a professional structure here. What do you think the secret is for bolstering the layers of women's football?
It's simple, to be honest. Just give them more sponsors. There must be more sponsors. Own hands.
She just did it.
Yes.
Yeah, she just put it on her own shoulders.
Sometimes she doesn't pass where that is needed. Yes, she's a good player. She's playing overseas. And then, yeah, she's carrying us to all those cups. But you must just pass at the right time. But look, he can only go far.
She's got captain syndrome, man. She's got captain syndrome. She's got to do it herself and she's got to take it forward.
Yes.
I absolutely love it. Who's going to win this thing? Who's going to win the FIFA Women's World Cup? We've had a couple of big guns taken out. Netherlands up against Spain. That Spanish team could be a hoodoo side. Who do you think is going to win this thing?
Well, I thought maybe Brazil, but when they were knocked out, I was like, ooh. If Brazil will be knocked out in the group stages, then who's going to take it?
Anybody's.
Yeah, let's give it to the Netherlands. I watched them play, and they're playing very good. Yes, we gave them a run for their money, but I think watching them play, I think they're going to take it.
Yeah, that level of efficiency is just awe-inspiring. It speaks to having lots of money in your cap. I'm sorry, I know I'm belaboring the point. But we need to inject the kind of money in women's sport. If we want the results that we so desperately think we deserve, we need to back the players and give them more funding. It's as simple as that. My brother, thank you so much for joining us. I love you, Guy.
Love you.
We are equally as invested, and now we can get invested in how the other half live. Let's get some celebrity news in.
Listen, we are talking entertainment news at your entertainment desk, but we're going to be keeping the spotlight on Women's Month, so we are focusing on the incredible women who have been making waves not only on the sports field, but also on the social media streets too. And I think it's only fitting that we start off this entertainment news with some news from Banyana Banyana.
Yeah, of course. Get the vuvuzela out, because Banyana Banyana continues to make waves with their locker room and off-the-pitch performances. I mean, so many teams commented that their gees, well, they called it energy, or whichever language they spoke, but I think gees is the only way to describe it. The way they actually conducted themselves is amazing. Like, I mean, if you think about Iguicho and the way they just celebrated, it's beautiful. I can't really describe it with words. Just take a look at this, because I think it's fantastic. Beautiful. That's fantastic, the way it rolls. Look at that. I mean, that's the type of energy. Just imagine, as it goes, is that this is the type of spirit that a locker room has. If you think about it, this is South African. This is truly, I mean, you know, Iguicho is steeped in culture, but in all cultures in South Africa, if you look at the way our firefighters went overseas, I think they're exactly the type of spirit. So it doesn't matter what you're about to do, play a football match, help a country with wildfires, help anybody. I think the spirit of South Africa is prominent in these moments over here, and I think we felt that with Banyana Banyana.
And if you had to hear the singing and the voices, it would echo through you and vibrate through your soul. So what an incredible way to just carry themselves despite the results that came from it. We are sticking to some entertainment news and putting the spotlight on our sporting heroes. Kat Swanepoel wins gold that got retracted, and then she gets disqualified and then reinstated. So a bit of a confusing situation.
It was a yo-yo moment over there if you think about it. So the thing is, Kat Swanepoel, I mean, bagged the gold medal, of course, and then broke another African record at the Manchester 2023 Allianz Para Swimming World Championship. Swanepoel touched the wall in 2 minutes 51.41, over 10 seconds ahead of her nearest competitor. Swim was initially just disqualified for touching the wall first, and then, of course, thereafter officials investigated whether she had transgressed the rules with her turn from backstroke to breaststroke. Turns out everything was good and reinstated, and another medal for South Africa.
That is amazing. Oh, that is amazing. Well, I know there's also a lot of news coming through. Hiba Sadi is set to make history by becoming the first Palestinian, male or female, to referee in a World Cup.
I think this is truly powerful, and I need to say this clearly, is that often any headline from Palestine, it's always going to have some sort of a conflict because we've been conditioned that way. When you hear news from Palestine, how often do you hear news like a referee taking on a World Cup match? And I think this conditions us to change the narrative and start looking at more positive moments. And I think that's what we need, especially in countries, unfortunately, who have been completely ridden over by war and all the news stories taking the headlines. I think this is what we need, is a country saying, hey, we've got somebody to be super proud of. Here's the positivity. And, you know, if I look at all the young women coming through the ranks over there, I think it's so important for us to see these headlines, especially for those ladies who are looking up to Heba as well. So I think this is great.
That is amazing.
Beautiful story.
Absolutely incredible. Should we move over to Nigerian footballer at the Women's World Cup?
Yeah.
Now, I might mispronounce this, but is it Osi Asisat? And this is Oshoala's...
Oshoala, yeah.
Yes, the shirtless celebration in Nigeria's 3-2 win over Australia that has gone viral. I believe, do we have that as a video or just some images?
Yeah, I think those are the images over there. But I mean, it just became super viral because for celebration, Oshoala was given a yellow card, which is in accordance with Rule 12 of the International Football Association Board. A player must be cautioned for removing the shirt or covering of the head with the shirt. She also responded to reports about it, saying that her dad is not happy with the celebration. If you've ever scored a goal in an important match, there's nothing stopping you from just expressing. And I know sometimes, I mean, even being a football player myself, there are moments where you want to do crazy things. You want to kick off your boots. You want to run into a crowd.
I've seen him run around.
It's pure emotion. And I think, yes, everything needs a rule. But when you have such raw emotion, you are with that player in that celebration. Okay, and I think that's the most important positive thing about that, is that that's raw emotion right there. And sometimes it's going to contravene a rule or two, but like this is that World Cup thing that I feel is just powerful. It's just emotion.
It is definitely powerful. Well, there you have it. That was your entertainment news for today. We'll be back soon with more on the latest of what's happening in the world of entertainment. But as always, stay tuned to your Feel Good Breakfast show. And if you have anything you'd love to share with us, head on over to our social media and you are welcome to tag us.
How about we park the news and keep the entertainment? Yes, the boys are back in town. Kenny Hughes is here. He's a rocker. He's a little bit bluesy, and he's perfect for a Monday morning. So good to have you here. Please keep your clothes on, gents. Now, you can rip the shirts off if you want. Then we're going to make the most bougie kitchens in town. Abigail Donnelly is going to introduce a little marble into our kitchen space. Stick around.
Baking is love made edible.
You can bake your way to a weekly cash prize of 5,000 Rand Golden Cloud over the next 4 weeks.
Post a pic and recipe with your winter indulgence that you made with Golden Cloud and send it to our Expresso WhatsApp line or social media pages using that hashtag Golden Cloud Winter Treats.
Plus, you stand a chance of winning the grand prize of a KitchenAid stand mixer if you post a pic of you and your family baking with Golden Cloud on our WhatsApp line or any of our social media pages using that all-important hashtag Golden Cloud Winter Treats.
Don't forget to enter both separately from 12 July to 9 August, and T's and C's can be found on expressoshow.com.
It's my feel-good show.
Welcome back. It is your Feel Good Breakfast show. It's Expresso on S3. 1 hour down, another 2 to go. Let's quickly catch up with those morning headlines.
Thanks, Zoe. Let's take a look at those. Starting nationally, Electricity Minister Josiencio Ramakgopa says the government's on track in keeping the promises it made with regards to the country's energy action plan. He was speaking in Pretoria at his weekly media update on the state of the national grid in light of the country's energy crisis. He said over 50% of his department's work was either complete or on track. He said 8 of the actions that were envisaged have been completed and another 20 are well on track. Now, taxi body Santaco has confirmed that its strike action will continue in the Western Cape today. Santaco leadership met with provincial authorities to discuss their concerns relating to the impoundment of vehicles. They said they were open to further talks with the government on the matter and appealed to their members to refrain from interfering in other modes of transport. Golden Arrow Bus Services earlier secured a High Court interdict against intimidation, harassment and damage to property. This after 6 buses were set alight when the strike was announced. Now let's take a look at international news. Former Pakistan Prime Minister Imran Khan was found guilty of graft on Saturday and sentenced to 3 years imprisonment in a case involving gifts he received while he was Premier. Khan wasn't present for the hearing at the Islamabad High Court, and the judge ordered his arrest. He's facing over 150 cases brought against him since being ousted in April last year. Charges, he says, are politically motivated. Khan's legal team said that they would be filing an immediate appeal. Let's move over to Mozambique. Of course, Mozambique's first maritime court has opened in the capital, Maputo. It aims to strengthen the preservation of marine, lake and river resources, as well as combat rampant exploitation, illicit trafficking, and international crimes in these environments. With its installation, Mozambique seeks to protect its natural resources and ensure the security and sustainability of its waters and maritime territory. Northern Mozambique has been hit by a 6-year-long jihadist insurgency, while other national security threats, including piracy, sea pollution, illegal fishing, and trafficking of drugs and people. And finally, Table Mountain's cable cars reopened to the public today after a fortnight maintenance shutdown, and the weather is looking pretty good and playing along. Wahida Parker, managing director of the Table Mountain Aerial Cableway Company, says the work done to the cableway this year was less intense and to a great extent aesthetic in nature. And those whose birthdays fell during the maintenance period can still claim their free return tickets to the top. Whose birthday was in July and August this year will qualify for the freebie simply by presenting a valid South African ID to staff at the lower cable station. Also, all the Table Mountain food and beverage options reopen today, so go enjoy this natural wonder if you are heading to Cape Town. That's it for the news desk for now. Another update in 1 hour. Let's take a look at the sport. Here's Graham.
Well, thank you. The Springboks also back to their best, or at least the players on the field in that second half. The Springboks upped their game post-halftime to secure a back-to-back victory over Argentina, prevailing 24-13 in Buenos Aires on Saturday evening. The Boks initiated scoring with a Mani Lebok penalty, but lost Pumas. They led 10-3 at halftime through a very opportunistic sniping try through Gonzalo Bertonau's efforts and then Emiliano Boffelli's 3-pointer. But in that second half, Jacques Niraba's team came out different. They made a strong comeback back with tries from the finisher, Makazola Mapimpi, and Kanan Moody definitely putting his hand up for that 33-man squad announcement on Tuesday. That'll be announced, as I said, by Jacques on Tuesday. Then, of course, the Boks will be up against Wales on the 19th of August in another preparation game. Now let's turn to football. And the Netherlands have advanced to the FIFA Women's World Cup quarterfinals with a 2-0 victory over Banyana at the Sydney Football Stadium yesterday. So Jill Ruert netted her 4th tournament goal with a header for an early advantage. Then Lynette Berenstein capitalised on a rare goalkeeping mishap in that second half, sealing the Dutch triumph. Next, they face Spain in Wellington on Friday. More sadness for South African fans in a disappointing finish to their Netball World Cup journey. The Proteas fell short against a very energetic Ugandan team in that 5th-6th playoff at the CTICC. So despite the lively ambience, the Proteas faced difficulties in reeling in the very determined opponents, resulting in ultimately a 49-47 defeat. The scenario echoes, of course, the 2022 Commonwealth Games, where Uganda did the same. They secured a similar win over our ladies in the 5th-6th position contest. And then on the opposite side of that coin, in a triumphant display, Australia have clinched their 12th Netball World Cup championship, quashing England's bid for a maiden victory. So despite England's prior group stage success, that 56-55 edge over the Diamonds, they stumbled against a very dominant team, succumbing ultimately 61-45 in their loss. So the victory signifies Australia's remarkable 9th appearance in the final, with their only setbacks in the past stemming from encounters in 2003 and 2019. So they certainly have proven they are the best in the world. Well done, ladies. And that's where we leave our sport for now. The roads should be waking up, carrying extra relevance, I know, right now with the taxi strike. Let's get the latest on the traffic front.
Thank you, Graham. And it is a busy day today, starting off with traffic in Cape Town. There's a bus on fire. It's at that ramp to Borchard's Quarry Road. Please use an alternative route this morning and stay safe. In Cape Town, Delft, there's a taxi strike that's continuing on the R300 southbound. It's towards the N2 highway and the taxis have blocked the road off. Please use an alternative route. And in Cape Town, more road closures are expected due to the protest, and some of them are at Airport Approach Road. All lanes are closed heading inbound and outbound. Please stay away from this area and also stay tuned to your Feel Good Breakfast show for more updates on those road closures. That's your traffic. Let's take another look at your weather. And the South African Weather Services have issued no severe weather alerts or impact-based warnings for today. There is, however, a fire danger warning. Extremely high fire danger conditions are expected over the Kai Gareb local municipality of the Northern Cape. The Weather Service says early fire warnings remain critical for controlling fires rapidly. If a fire is contained within the first hour, the possibility of a major incident is minimized. Therefore, the public is implored to report any signs of fire, regardless of how insignificant they may appear, of their local fire services. Well, let's get into today's temperatures, starting off in a low of 4 and a high of 23. If you're in Mbombela, a low of 8 and a high of 28 can be expected. Pretoria 7, 24. Johannesburg 6 with a high of 22. Mahikeng 3, 25. Klerksdorp 3, 23. Kimberley 4 with a high of 24. Bloemfontein -1, reaching a high of 23. Richards Bay 13 with a high of 24. If you're in Pietermaritzburg, it's a sunny day with a low of 8, a high of 24. Durban 14 with a high of 23. Mthatha 7:23. East London 12:22. If you're in a low of 6 and a high of 26 can be expected. Kapaga, your low is 12 for today, your high 20. George 9, reaching a high of 20. Cape Town 19 is 11 your low. Worcester 5, 23, and if you're in Sutherland, a low of 4 with a high of 20, and a sunny day for Uppington can be expected with a low of 7 and a high of 29 degrees Celsius. Those are your temperatures for today. Let's take a look at your sunrise views. Starting off in the Eastern Cape. Alicia in GQ is staring up and shared this beautiful morning sky with us. Then Derek in Durban shared this one overlooking the ocean. What a beautiful way to start off your day. Bradley, also in GQ, captured this blast of red across the sky, looking like flames. And we have, last but not least, Nina in Gordons Bay, who shared this video with us. And look at those fluffy clouds in the sky. Well, if you have a good morning photo or video to share with us, our number is on your screen right now. Please do so. It's 063 408 8863.
So coming up in your Feel Good Breakfast Show, we're going to show you exactly how to use marble in the best way possible. We've got so many items for you, and the perfect person to do it right behind me, Abigail's got you covered, so make sure you stick around for that. And then while we're mixing things up, how about an introduction to Kenny Hughes, a man with beautiful locks of hair. I mean, his talent is longer than his hair, to be fair, but you'll meet him in the next couple of seconds. So I suggest you stick around. This is your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Bake more memories and win big with a Taste SA and Royal Baking Powder. Watch the show every Tuesday at 7 and enter our viewer competition by creating your unique own bake based on the weekly theme using Royal Baking Powder. On the competition post on social media using hashtag #TheTastemasterSA and stand a chance of winning a KitchenAid stand mixer and more every week. Unleash your creativity with the Tastemaster SA and Royal Baking Powder.
We'll see you in the Tastemaster kitchen.
It's my feel good.
Welcome back. It is your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It's Expresso on S3. And when it comes to your house, yes, we want to make sure you have the very, very best. Now, a modern and practical way of always, conveying and expressing distinction and elegance is marble. And marble's one of those things that's really dominating interior spaces, and Woolies is bringing it into our kitchens. Now, here to talk us through their newest marble kitchen updates is Woolworths' Taste Food Director, Abigail Donnelly. And it's so wonderful wonderful that we not only get to talk beautiful items, but also get to celebrate that we are in Women's Month. And from my point of view, I would love to know, what is it about Women's Month, especially the women you get to work with? How do you love to celebrate them, or perhaps what makes you proud to be a woman?
I love the fact that women can be sassy.
Yes, yes.
And at Taste, we only have one guy actually
that's
on
cool.
the team. So yeah, for us to celebrate every day and show our kind of like enthusiasm and where we've got to, and to be brave and strong and have a voice. Yeah.
I love that. I love that. And I love that you've brought some beautiful items that's now available at Woolworths to us. So how can we incorporate some marble into our homes?
In the beginning, it's a huge trend, marble, and I collect marble.
Okay.
Especially like antique pieces from butcheries and things like that. But to have some modern, new marble to balance it is so lovely, and I'm so happy for this because, especially this little baby, a pestle and mortar. I collect them, and I make all my curry pastes and ground my toasted, roasted spices in them. So I love that, and it's quite a nice little one. So for little amounts as well.
Small amounts.
Yes.
Now, when you say you collect these,
yes,
how many have you got more or less? Because you're a foodie at heart.
I am a little bit of a pestle and mortar freak, I'll have to tell you that. But I suppose about 12 in different sizes.
Okay.
I've got a big whopper one from Jamie Oliver's style, and that was actually from Woolworths years ago. That was my first one.
Okay.
Yeah. And they've got different textures for different pastes as well.
Incredible. Now, I love myself a good tray. This is beautiful. It is marble, so it's also on the heavy side. What is so incredible about this one?
So this one it's about also versatility. So what I would do is I would put it next to my stove, and I put some olive oils and my kind of necessities out there and show it off. This is fantastic as well for, obviously, your utensils. These brand new kind of green ones that are available at Woolies. But you know what? Also, use your things. You know, sometimes we get things and then we get a little bit stuck on it and then bored, and it stays there. But you know, if you've got cheese straws or nice kind of like baguette or something like that, use that as the vessel. You know,
Don't just let it stay in the kitchen. It's beautiful. Add it to your table if you're hosting an event. I mean, my goodness, this is beautiful. I would even add some flowers to this, like a tiny bunch of roses.
I mean, these could be in there, cut them a little bit short.
It's all about where you would like to add that marble to your home. Let's talk about this piece, because I feel like this is that one thing in the house everyone forgets to have, but it makes for a great gift, is the spoon holder.
It's something that you might not buy for yourself, but it's a fantastic present.
It is a great gift.
I would love it if because I wouldn't buy it myself. Sometimes it's a bit of a luxury, but as a present, I would love that, because I don't have one. So maybe I'll get one.
I love
if
that.
anybody wants to give me a present.
That's a big hint from Abigail. But I love how you said, you know, these items, it's great for the kitchen, but there is so much versatility to it. You can use this in the bathroom if you wish. I mean, this can double up as a soap dish. So I love that we can incorporate marble. Now, for you, why would you say it's great to add a bit of marble to someone's home?
It adds that little bit of luxe and style, and that's what I love. Even if you don't have any marble in your kitchen, it's like having a new cushion, for instance. Like you kind of just like reverse it out, and then just make it versatile and accessible. I mean, I love soaps.
Yes.
So even in the kitchen, I have nice kitchen soaps. You could put that, and then when you're ready to make your casseroles and everything, and you need a spoon rest, you take the soup off.
There we go. You see, it's all about incorporating this into your home and add that touch of luxe. You can just head on over to Woolworths. It is in-store, online, as well as on the Woolies app. Abigail, thank you for joining us today, and thank you for bringing all of this incredible offering to our table.
Pleasure. Thank you.
Right, I love marbles, you know that? But I think I also love talent, man, because this morning on the Expresso stage, we welcome blues, rock singer, songwriter back to the show. His name is Kenny Hughes. And I told you, he inspires Hugh. That's why his surname's like that. He's been doing amazing things in the music industry for the past 8 years, including traveling and playing his music at great venues. And I feel like he just deserves if you look at him, you want to welcome him. You want to put your hands together and go, "What's up, Kenny? What's up?" Yo, can you see? The man is as long as his hair. His lang kicks hair. Anyway, Kenny Hughes, it's nice to have you back here.
It's my privilege, man. Thank you so much for having me.
And your hair's grown a bit?
Not really, no.
No?
Unfortunately.
Do you
not,
keep on cutting it at a certain level?
I got to trim it, you know.
Okay.
You got to tame the mane.
That's very
It
true.
gets out of hand, eh?
Can I just ask, 8 years you've been in this industry, right? We need a bit of a catch-up. I know that you've been working on some stuff. I know that your producer, Evet Snyman, as well, has been also very, very connected to your projects at the moment. So how has things been going? We need to catch up. It's been a year.
Yeah, I can't believe I was here April last year.
Yes.
Oh, time flies, man.
Does.
It's been cool. It's been a cool journey. I mean, everywhere I go, everywhere I play, I mean, who knew you'd meet interesting people in different bars around the country, eh? I couldn't have guessed. Yeah, but it's been awesome. I meet really cool people.
You
wherever I
meet
go.
people in
Really
bars
cool
usually?
shows.
That's your
Well,
spot?
I mean, you know, outside the bar too sometimes.
Oh, okay.
At the engine garage,
Parking
getting a
lot?
pie afterwards. It happens. But it's been cool, man. It's been a cool journey.
Can I just say congrats, because I heard that you were part of a certain, I believe, Banger Awards, right?
yeah.
I mean, it wasn't Breakfast Awards, though. It was
Yeah,
actually
no.
Bangers as in music, which
Yeah,
is
yeah.
great, though.
Thank
Can you tell me a
goodness,
bit more about that? I mean, you're a finalist. I think you did us very, very proud on the international stage as well.
Yeah, it's weird because I'm kind of jealous, man. You know, I've always been homesick to America. I've never been, but I've always been homesick, and my music made it there first. And I mean, that's kind of cool. It's cool, but I'm envious. You know, I wanted to go there first. I wanted to play my music there first, man. So it's bittersweet for me.
But music is a portal.
Definitely, yeah. And you know, at least it's something out there, and yeah. I'm proud of that.
You better be proud. Also, you're representing Riversdale.
Yeah, Riversdale.
Riversdale, like say, stand up. And I think that's the most important thing. I know your entire band as well.
Yeah.
I just want to just meet the band, the
Yeah, sure.
drummer, name.
Mare Swanepoel on the drum.
Mare Swanepoel. And then behind me is?
Mr. Jason Pieterse on the ducksnaar. Eh?
Ducksnaar, ek sê. Yeah. That sounds good. Well, the thing is, if you want to be entertained by these legends, then I feel like it is time for you to experience a little blues truth. This is Kenny Hughes.
Yeah.
Take your photographs and take your pictures too, and take your video of the Blackwood Blues. And I've been told I've been told the blues true. Sign your autographs, and man, they just here to see you. Sign your autograph, man, they just here to see you. And I've been told, yeah, I've been told the blues stroke. Of a bluesman is hardly what it seems. Love for baby is hardly what it seems.
Come on. Come on.
Thank you.
It's your
Thank you so
feel-good
much.
breakfast show. Kenny Hughes. Wow, that just made me feel like we shouldn't be here on a Monday morning. We should be here Friday evening in Kenny's favorite place, a bar. Doesn't matter though, because I can tell you there was more action for this band coming up for you, as well as a bit of flow, yoga flow. More flow than Kenny's hair, to be fair. And that, as well as a brekkie roll that you need to eat. And we'll show you the recipe as well. So stay right there at your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Yeah.
It's my feel good.
Welcome back. It is your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It's Expresso on S3. Now, the Shanti Wellness Festival, it takes place this coming Saturday, and it gives people the opportunity to attend classes ranging from yoga to martial arts and even dance. Now, one of the pillars of the festival has been the yoga classes, and when you consider the benefits of yoga, it's little wonder why that is. And not only does it improve your physical health by helping with strength, balance, and flexibility, but it can also help your mental and emotional state by relieving stress. Now, here to take us through a yoga flow and chat more about the festival is Carrie Ann and Danny from the Shanti Festival, and Dylan is also joining us in because this is something for the whole family. It's so great to have all of you here, so thank you for joining us today. Carrie, you're going to take us through, Carrie Ann, you're going to take us through the flow.
A little yoga, yes.
A little yoga, okay. And then, Danny, I'm going to direct quite a few questions to you, but I think when it comes to the Shanti Festival, how long has it been going on and how has it grown?
So we started about 6 years ago, and it's grown enormously over this time because there's a lot of need and a lot of people really want to come back to wellness and health. So we found there's a big wellness movement and a big movement into this kind of genre, bringing families together as well.
I love that we are bringing the family together. So I don't have shoes on today, so I'm super excited to get into one of the flows, and we might interrupt your flow to talk about the festival, if that's okay.
That's absolutely fine. Okay. So we're going to start at the top of our mat. So let's all walk a little bit forward. And I want you just to really ground down into your feet. I want you to bring your hands together. I want you to bring your thumbs in at your sternum bone. Just bow your heads. And just really breathe deeply. That's a nice way just to start your yoga, just to ground yourself. Find that mindfulness. Really breathe into the belly, deep breaths. Then we're going to take our arms up to the sky. We're going to open our hearts. We're going to ground down towards our feet. Just do a forward fold. We can hold this. Just release your neck, lengthen your spine. Then we're going to bend our knees a little bit so we can bring our hands nice and flat and stick our right leg back. Take our gaze up, and we're going to take the back foot flat. In breath up into a warrior. I think we've all seen the pictures of the warriors.
Love the warrior.
Nice, strong warriors. Now we're going to take our hands behind interlace. Sorry, so you can't really see.
It's okay.
Drop your head and take your arms up and over.
And this is where balance is very important.
Keep the front knee bent. Yes. In breath up, back into the warrior. Okay, looking down that middle finger of the front hand. Well done, Dylan. Then we're going to bring our hands back down. We're going to take that left toe to join the right. We're going to make a nice, strong plank. We're up on the back toes. Then we're going to drop our knees down and our face down. And then we're going to push on our hands, opening up into cobra. And then tuck your toes under tailbone up to the sky into your down dog.
I feel like this is a good time to ask my next question. In the down dog position.
Neck, hands nice and flat. Come down and come down with it. There we go. We can drop the knees and the feet. Let's work into the spine. This is a big part of the yoga, is to keep the flexibility of the spine. Your wrists are underneath your shoulders. In breath, your belly comes down, your gaze and your tailbone go up. And with your out breath, you're going to round into your back. It's really important to keep that mobility of your spine. So just keep flowing with your breath. In breath, heart center open. Out breath, rounding, opening up the shoulder blades. Just keep flowing with your breath. Then after the next in breath, we're going to tuck the toes and then take ourselves back up into the down dog, taking the tailbone high, hands nice and flat. We're going to step the right leg forward. Now you're going to take your back foot at an angle and come up into the warrior on the other side. Nice, keeping that, doing everything on both sides.
So
bend the front knee.
I find this a bit of a tongue twister, but you have added martial arts and Capoeira. It is a tongue twister, so please forgive me. What was the thoughts behind adding that to the Shanti Festival?
So Shanti it's all about wellness and it's all about different art forms. So we also have meditation, we have conscious dance, we have talks on wellness, we have an Ayurveda talk. So it's anything that's kind of linked to wellness and healthy living and just bringing a more conscious, soulful life to people.
I love that. Okay. Hands behind, other side. Head down, arms up and over. In breath, coming back up. Then we're going to bring
those who would love to participate, where can they get more details? Are there tickets for sale? Is it how can they get in touch?
So all our tickets are available on Quicket, and it's called Shanti Wellness Festival, and it's next weekend at Monkey Valley in Noordhoek.
Oh, fantastic. Okay, well, those details are on your screen right now. Stay tuned to your Feel Good Breakfast show. We have more tastes to give you from the Shanti Festival.
Oh, thank you so much, team. Now, if there's one thing that you're allowed to enjoy on a day off, it's an indulgent breakfast. And Woolworths Tastes food director, one of our absolute favorites, Abigail Donnelly, is here to make a fluffy, fold-over style breakfast egg roll that will fit the bill perfectly this Women's Day, I think. I'm so glad. I absolutely love brekkie buns. These are my absolute favorites. So I know we asked you what you were so proud of in terms of being a woman in your space, and I think you really do, I think, appreciate having this amazing taste team around you. But I want to ask, if there is a woman watching right now wanting to push into this space that you've kind of created for yourself, never mind carved out, what words of advice do you have for them when the times get tough, when no one else is pushing you or backing you? What advice do you have?
I'm very humbled and grateful, obviously, for my job because I come from an insurance broker background, and all I wanted...
Abby, how?
I know. Well, I know personal liability claims when I fall or anything. But for me, it's about, I got the opportunity to live my dream. It was my dream from like 7 years old to cook. And and now I was given one opportunity, I worked for it, and I got my dream come true. So I just believe that, just live... Follow your dreams. I know it's not always possible, but it can be possible.
Yeah, it might not seem possible yet, but we can get there. So I know we've been hitting you with the deep emotional questions this morning, but we are so unbelievably proud to have you part of our little family and ecosystem. Why? Because you make things like this. Oh my word. I love brekkie buns. I love any kind of egg anything pretty much. But this for me is like where it begins and ends for weekend enjoyment. You've got to have a beautiful breakfast bun. So what is informing our process? I think maybe we swap sides so the tire can hit the tar.
So as you say, eggy, fluffy bun, I don't like it. It's the only thing I don't eat.
Oh, my word.
And even as a restaurant judge, I don't eat a runny egg. Don't give me a runny egg,
Oh, that's crazy. Well, we're going to say this is for
not
those.
a runny egg.
But that's perfectly fine.
Which is great. Okay, so I'm making a nice fluffy scrambled kind of omelette style.
Okay.
So, Graham, can I ask you to break 3 eggs?
With
this is
absolute
probably
pleasure.
more than your protein allowance, 2 eggs a day. But yeah, if you're going to make it, and especially I hope that I'm going to get treated with this on Women's Day, and
That's
I
how
hope
you
you
drop a
get
hint.
treated as well. So while you're doing that, usually you just add some grated cheese so it melts into that hot egg and wilted spinach and rocket. But we're going to add a little bit of crunch. So I've got some grated ready-made cheddar cheese here. You
Can I whisk these up?
Yes, you can use, and I like the little bits of white still in. I'm quite a fussy egg eater. So
No worries. You tell me. You tell me how you like it. It is your egg roll.
Okay, you can use these eggy rolls. You can use mozzarella or cheddar cheese. Maybe add a little bit of both, or add a little bit of parmesan if you've got in the fridge.
What do you call that? The thing that you are making here? Is it a
What shall we call it?
Is it a what would you?
Yes, we could say it's a cheese pan griller. I don't know. I'm not good with names. Can you come up with a better
I
name?
love
Okay,
it.
cool. And obviously with some crispy bacon as well.
Must be
Absolutely
crispy.
delicious. Or you could add some leftover boerewors if you wanted from your Sunday braai, seeing it's Monday.
How's
That's
that looking?
beautiful. That is beautiful. And then I'm going to add a little bit of olive oil into the pan. You can use butter. I like to use a little bit of both. And then it's a little bit hot. And then you just got to, and this is how I make scrambled eggs. I don't go like crazy and stand there. I just love to do the French fold.
Okay.
The French fold.
The French fold.
See,
Oh, that's quite nice. You want to remember
nice
things
is
like that
that?
because it makes you seem quite zhuzh.
So now this is half melted, Graham. These are these
get
broken.
out.
These are the ultimate Woolworths burger buns,
Oh, I love
which
the fact you
are
just peel
so
them apart.
yes, give them a little bit of emotion. You don't have to cut them, and then you pop.
You are not going to dunk that
And
whole roll in cheese.
Yes, I am. I'm even going to do the bottom one too, and it's going to hopefully stick.
But you do realize you're never going to be able to eat anything normally again. Now you're going to have this cheese twiddle thing
Exactly,
on it.
and I'm going to use my brand new, the perfect
very
colour, new
zhuzh.
colour
Break
from
it in,
Woolies.
yeah.
And then look, I'm just going to fold it in.
Oh,
Do you want to feel this? Just do this. Fold this.
Oh, I want to come get another look at that.
Look how beautiful this is.
Oh, so it's
Yeah.
kind of like an omelette, but not, because I absolutely...
No, look at that.
Oh, wow.
Look at that.
How come everything you do, even when you're just doing it like somewhere rushed and rustic, it comes out looking like it should be on the cover of a magazine?
I
That's your
suppose
job.
'cause But let me say, in saying that, we like a taste to all our food to be very real and accessible, and that people can look at it and say, oh my gosh, there's a cake and it's got crumbs and it's like a bit wonky and...
That's just me.
It's
We're all a little
yeah.
bit wonky, okay? So you want your food to represent that. Well, I'm going to put out a very special dedication right now, and we love Abby so much. She is a remarkable woman, and I think a lot of us still look up to her, and I know a lot of our female viewers in particular really do look up to you. So as just a little token of appreciation, because I'm not good enough to make you a breakfast bun myself yet. I will be after this. We've got a little something.
I just wanted to give you something.
Oh.
I picked these from my garden this morning. I'm just kidding. No, I didn't. I got this for
Oh,
you.
do I see a little Woolworths label?
Yes, doesn't matter. No, Abigail, thank you. I mean, you've come into this position and you've helped us out so beautifully. I was just saying you conduct yourself as just a consummate professional. You're amazing. You're talented, and we can't do these things without you. So we just want to say Happy Women's Month to you. Thank you for showing the way and for being an inspiration.
Thank you.
It's for you.
Thank you. I love Thank you.
Do you really love them?
I really love them, as much as you and
If you don't, I can take them back. Okay, fine, that's fine.
Don't cry, don't cry.
You can return flowers.
Can't you? Well, this is all for you.
You can
Thank
re-gift them.
beautiful.
No, you absolutely love them. You know, Abs, I hate to go back to this, but we had a bad day together. We worked together on a really bad day. I don't know if you remember that. We had a bad day.
We did.
And I got to see the size of your heart that day. Now, I actually feel like crying a little bit, but it's something that stayed with me. Literally through my whole, I see that as the benchmark of how much you must care about your work and your colleagues. Pretty much, that's it. You're amazing. Thank you so much for giving us
beautiful words. Thank you.
It's such a lovely example.
You're
People, sorry, I
exceptional.
mean, you finish your role, okay? You do that.
You have earned
is
just
more
a little bit. You have earned just a little
guys.
bit. No,
That's
we
very
love you,
special.
Abs. Okay, so lest we forget, should
So
we throw
let's not
this
forget our,
baby together?
yes, so what was I doing? I feel so happy. Okay, so now we've got our beautiful,
Oh my
look
goodness.
at that. I'm not
Bless
even
you,
going to
child.
close this
Don't.
because now you took my words.
Nobody puts baby in a corner, I think is the term to use. I don't know.
So then I've got some nice, this is a mixed spinach and watercress and rocket, and that should just kind of do its
I
thing.
think a bit of
mean,
extra
I'm
crunch and
just
freshness
yeah,
would really
exactly.
help this.
A little bit of salt, a little bit of black pepper, and then what I'll do is just quickly,
you just
yeah. I'm just going to give this a little bit with all the
as one
juices.
does, yeah.
Yes, all the juices.
Because we've got all that flavour
Yeah,
in there.
this is just going against the recipe, but actually I quite like it. It's a
No,
double.
you must put
it's a
your own
double
spin on it.
whammy.
Yeah,
Look at
completely.
that.
Oh, no. You can eat it. No, do you know what this is? It means you can eat it sideways while you're still lying down in bed. You can just literally into your mouth. It's so romantic. Oh, it's so beautiful. Abs, our relationship has been taken to the next level, I think. It's happened. I absolutely love this for you, and I hope you get made it on Women's Day. You can find this recipe on woolworths.co.za to show the incredible woman in your life some appreciation and just a little bit of love. Or you can shower her with some amazing flowers on Women's Day. There is such an amazing array. You can shop this at Woolies, in-store, online, or using their amazing app. We can't send you your very own Abby. She is ours.
Thank you. Love you too. Thank you.
Lots of excitement still coming up on your Feel Good Breakfast show. When we get back, we'll unpack the Shanti Festival taking place on the 12th of August. We've got some Capoeira happening here, and we're going to learn more about this. And then when we get back, we'll also talk about a race day for Women's Day. So stay tuned to your Feel Good Breakfast show. We have a lot of exciting things on its way.
It's my feel-good.
It is indeed your feel-good breakfast show. This is Expresso and you're in S3. So Durban, Cape Town and Johannesburg, get ready to lace up your running shoes and feel the thrill of empowerment. This is for the Total Sports Women's Race happening on the 9th of August, celebrating strength, unity and womanhood. And we're connecting with the Managing Director of Stillwater Sports, Michael Mayer, to tell us a bit more about the excitement around this year's event. So Michael, good morning. How are you feeling?
Yeah, great, Carl. Great to talk to you this morning and to all your listeners, viewers.
Lovely stuff. So, Michael, I just want to say congratulations. 21 years of this event. There's got to be some secret sauce. What is it about this event that makes it so enduring and so powerful and a must participate on anybody's calendar?
Yes, Carl, when we started it 21 years ago, we didn't realize it was going to be such an amazing event. You know, there's so much depth to the event, and we believe that for 20 years now, it's been the biggest women's celebration on National Women's Day in South Africa, with the 3 events happening in Cape Town, Johannesburg, and Durban. Close to 1,000 women celebrating health and just the good life, you know, on Wednesday.
Empowering. All of the stories coming out of any participant is that it just felt like a great day. It felt like there was unity. It felt like there was camaraderie. And an event for all women, in fact. Shapes, sizes, varying fitness levels, it doesn't matter. It's about the one thing that is the language that is running, coming together and enjoying. This camaraderie more than anything else. And I mean, what is this connection that you've created over 21 years? What do you think is that real amazing thing that brings people together at this particular event?
You mentioned empowerment, Colin. I think that's for me the key word this year. On the back of Bafana's amazing, Banyana's amazing achievement, and the netball women that performed so beautifully in Cape Town, I think that it takes on a special celebration this year. You know, it's really the forefront in ensuring that women take the rightful place, not only in society but also in sport in the way they're treated professionally. And I think that all these teams come together on National Women's Day in South Africa. There's many causes around the event, specifically obviously the breast cancer awareness drive. That's all part of it. And so, you know, if you're on the start line on Wednesday, whether it's in Johannesburg, Durban, or Cape Town, you'll experience an amazing atmosphere. Thousands of women, all with the same celebratory mood, all just celebrating being women and making the most of this special day.
It is going to be a special one, and just congrats to you and your team, because I can already hear that it's well-organized, well-oiled machine as well, but I know that you also take some time in focusing on each area and curating it so that the atmosphere kind of marks exactly what that city is about. So Cape Town, Johannesburg, and Durban, how have you gone about creating these separate atmospheres that are iconic to each of these cities?
Each city is unique, you know, and we've got to treat them in that way. But I think the key element is that all 3 events start at the same time. So, you know, we have various ways of linking up the cities. And when you're starting the race in Johannesburg, you know that there's 10,000 women in Cape Town and 10,000 women in Durban doing the same thing. And that really creates an amazing sense of unity, an amazing sense of oneness, you know, around the event. And it makes it very special, I must say.
It is indeed, and as mentioned, so many accounts of a good time had at the Total Sports Women's Race. But of course, let's move on to this pink drive. I know that you mentioned the breast cancer awareness. I want to unpack that just very quickly for any participant who's interested in running and making a difference at the same time. What is that connection about?
Well, primarily, obviously, the event is a drive to raise funds for Pink Drive. But the Pink Drive organisation does amazing work around the event with free scannings and tests being done, both at registration and on event day. So it's an amazing cause and drive to be associated with. And the Total Sports Women's Race has been associated with many years. And so it's a very strong association. It's a cause, I think, that lies close to everybody's heart. And it's just so meaningful, you know. And so you'll see them at each one of the events activating, trying to drive awareness. We have a large junior population also in this event, you know, in the 5 kilometre, I think you have to be 9 years of age. And so I think creating that awareness with the youth even stronger, and that's why this event is such a fantastic catalyst for that.
I think what you're saying is that unity, awareness, breast cancer awareness, empowerment, those are the things that should be running through our minds, and that's why we are running this race. Michael, thank you for all the details. All the best with Wednesday's event. To you and your team, once again, congrats on 21 years, and may it continue for very, very much longer. We are always a supporter of any event that creates empowerment like this, so well done to you.
Thanks, Carl. We appreciate that support very much. Thank you.
Anytime. That's Michael May, of course, and that's the Total Sports Women's Race coming up on Wednesday. Make sure that you jump in and participate for a great cause as we get moving in a different way right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Oh, thank you, Wasey. Listen, it's bringing back memories. I did the race last year and there was just a sea of pink ladies really enjoying it. But this coming weekend, it is the Shanti Wellness Festival, and Capoeira is one of the many activities to look forward to at the Shanti Wellness Festival. It's a Brazilian martial art disguised as a dance and performed to musical instruments and traditional Brazilian songs. It is comprised of specific offensive and defensive movements. And unlike in other martial arts, the participants is constantly in motion. Now, the person leading the class for us today, we have Marcio, who is joining us, as well as one of his students. And Carrie Ann is here with us to just be part of this, because I have never, ever experienced anything like this. And I'm hoping to learn more from you today. Now, you said your birth name is Marcio, but when you practice, what is your profession name?
Yes, when I start Capoeira, you were giving a nickname.
A nickname?
Yes, and that nickname is basically what you're gonna become. It's like a kind of you're reborn, and then you have a life after that.
Okay.
That you're gonna become that.
Oh.
And then I just understood it now, though. And I feel like I'm a real beleza because that's what I became.
Okay, so you became beleza.
Yes.
Now let's talk about the traditional Brazilian music, the instrument you're about to play, and of course you'll give us a bit of a demonstration of what to expect from Capoeira. Capoeira. I keep mispronouncing.
Capoeira.
Capoeira.
Yes, Capoeira. Okay, I will play a little bit of the berimbau because this is the soul of Capoeira. You know, I was taken by African slaves to Brazil, and then it's come back to Africa. You know, a lot of, you know, it's an African instrument. And then you're gonna help me to sing and clap, and then I will do a little demonstration with them.
Yes, okay, we'll do that.
Before I teach a little bit.
Okay.
Paraná, Capoeira me venceu, Paraná, Paraná, ê, Paraná, ê, Paraná, 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 ê, Paraná, ê, Paraná, ê, Paraná, Paraná, ê, Paraná, ê, Paraná, ai, 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 o São Bento me chama, ai, ai, o São Bento me chama, ai, e mais derruba no chão, ai, 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 São Bento me quer, ai, 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 São Bento me chama, ai, e mais derruba no chão, e São Bento me quer, e mais derruba, São Bento me chama, São Bento me quer, opa!
Now, obviously, it's my first time. You probably won't make me do those movements, but for someone that is new at Capoeira.
Yeah, as you say in the beginning, it's like a communication. It's like you're talking with someone.
But you're talking with your body.
With your body, yes. So what I'm gonna teach you is just a little basics, and then to understand a little bit how it works.
Okay.
What will be a question and answer using the body.
Okay.
Yeah?
Carrie Ann, you're joining me in this?
Come.
Beginners. We are the beginners.
I'll give you first, I'll teach you just the basic movement, and I teach one answer, one question, and one answer.
Okay. Can you stand this side for us so that we can see you? Is that perfect?
Sure.
There we go.
I just go a little bit forward and turn around that side, and then you put one leg in the back, like this. Yes. one hand in the face. And then when I move that leg in the back. It comes in, touch there, and then the other one go to the back. That's called ginga.
Ginga.
Yeah, that's the basic movement in capoeira.
Okay,
So-
and do you move the arm as well?
Yes, it's like when you walk, it's always opposite. I walk, opposite. So the same, when I change, I go and I change the arm as well. There we go. That's a ginga. 1, 2, 3, 4, stop. That's movement. Now, I'm gonna teach you a question. In capoeira is the kick.
The kick, okay.
Kick is a question. The duck will be
The answer.
the answer. Very good. So now the I kick, easy kick, leg in the back, just go around and do that. And then pull back. And again, there we go. That's it. And jing again. 1, 2, 3, stop. Now I teach you the duck. That's the answer.
Okay.
Easy one. You pull legs together and then you go down like that. Yes. Can you do that? Yes.
Go down.
A little bit. Yeah, there
little
we go.
bit.
Then back up and jinga. 1, 2, continue. 3, 4, and
kick. Oh, you could
duck. Jinga. 1, 2. Come together there. Together there. Stop. Look at me. There we go.
There we
Again.
go.
1, 2. Look at me now. 2. Now you kick.
Ooh,
There we go. Now kick. There we go.
Okay, there we go. That was amazing. Carrie
That's
Ann.
the basic understand of it.
Oh, it is beautiful. It is a lot of fun, and you do not want to miss out on everything taking place at the Shanti Wellness Festival. The 12th of August, that's this coming Saturday. Tickets are available for you at Quicket, so make sure you get your tickets and be part of this. It's something for the whole family. There will be capoeira, there will be martial arts, there will be yoga, there will be so much for you to do and embrace and experience, so do make sure you get your tickets.
So I'm just trying to practice. There's so many things at capoeira, but we're going to cup on with the entertainment on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Let me tell you that there is a big question. Is money your love language? We'll be discussing that. And then, of course, many, many more things that you can expect on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Sorry, while they continue in the background. I'm going to continue here with capoeira to Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Yes.
Crouch, touch, but don't you dare pause. Because when you buy any of our favorite Clover products, keep the till slip handy and catch the Expresso Breakfast Show every weekday morning for more details on how to enter. While Box are battling for rugby's greatest prize, you can win your share of 80,000 rands worth of Weber Prize. So engage and win rugby's greatest moments, brought to you with love by Clover.
It's my feel-good.
In just a moment, we're going to introduce you to an incredible notion, care beyond skin. Before then, our news headlines.
Let's take a look at your news for now, and starting off with a very, very interesting piece with regard to a South African that you know very, very well. In fact, the director of the Center for Social Justice at the Stellenbosch University Law Faculty and former public protector, Professor Thuli Madonsela, has been appointed at the UN. She'll be a member of the Secretary General's newly recruited and created Scientific Advisory Board for Independent Advice of Breakthroughs in Science and Technology. The board will advise UN leaders on how to harness the benefits and mitigate potential risks of advances in science and tech due to the growing ethical, legal and political concerns in a space that requires multilateral solutions. Meanwhile, Electricity Minister Kgosientsho Ramokgopa says the government's on track in keeping the promises it made with regards to the country's energy action plan. He was speaking in Pretoria at his weekly media update on the state of the national grid in light of the country's energy crisis. He said over 50% of his department's work was either complete or on track. He said 8 of the actions that were envisaged have been completed and another 20 are well on track. On to international news. Pressure on Niger's coup leaders mounted yesterday with the approach of the deadline set by the West African regional bloc ECOWAS for the military to relinquish control or face possible armed intervention. Former colonial power France with the junta broke military ties after taking power on the 26th of July, said it would firmly back whatever course of action ECOWAS took after the deadline on Sunday expires. The future of Niger and the stability of the entire region are at stake, the French Foreign Minister Catherine Colonna said. Now, former Pakistan Prime Minister Imran Khan was found guilty of graft on Saturday and sentenced to 3 years imprisonment in a case involving gifts he received while he was Premier. Khan wasn't present for the hearing at the Islamabad High Court, and the judge ordered his arrest. He's facing over 150 cases brought against him since being ousted in April last year. Charges, he says, are politically motivated. Khan's legal team said they would be filing an immediate appeal. And finally, the fight of the century, the one you've been waiting for, the most watched fight in history awaits us. Elon Musk has said that his proposed cage fight with Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg would be live-streamed on the social media platform X, owned by Musk and formerly known as Twitter. And all proceeds will go to charity for veterans, Musk added. The fight, due to take place in Las Vegas in the US, is the ultimate test for 2 of the richest, most well-known men on the planet and will generate enormous interest. Musk said in a tweet, or an X, I should say, yesterday, playing with weights all day long to counter the onslaught of his jiu-jitsu trained opponent. The fight is F versus FB. You cannot miss that one. That is it for the news on your Feel Good Breakfast Show, and there are a lot of rugby action and details, of course, to take a look at. So Graham, standing by.
It's getting quite nail-biting ahead of the Rugby World Cup. This our second last preparation game, and the Springboks, they upped their game post-halftime to secure a back-to-back victory over Argentina, prevailing 24-13 in Buenos Aires over the weekend. So the Springboks, they initiated scoring with the Manu Lebok penalty. He did miss a few, though, but Los Pumas also led 10-3 at halftime through a very opportunistic Gonzalo Bertranao's try and then Emiliano Boffelli's three-pointer. But in that second half, they came out changed men. Jacques Nienaber's team made a strong comeback with tries from the finisher, Makazole Mapimpi, and Kanan Moody certainly putting his hand up for that squad inclusion, and they took the lead. So next up for the Boks will be Wales on the 19th of August, a great pre-World Cup test. Well, speaking of World Cups, let's move to the FIFA Women's World Cup, and the Netherlands have advanced to the World Cup quarterfinals with a 2-0 victory over Banyana, sadly, at the Sydney Football Stadium. That, of course, played out yesterday. Jill Ruet netted her 4th tournament goal with a beautiful header for an early advantage. Then Lynette Berenstein, she capitalized on a rare goalkeeping mishap in that second half, sealing the Dutch triumph. That means they march on as possible tournament favourites now to face Spain in Wellington on Friday. Then more disappointment in netball. It was a heartbreaking finish, ultimately, to the Netball World Cup journey for the Proteas. They fell short against a very energetic Ugandan team in the 5th-6th playoff at the CT-ICC yesterday. So despite the lively ambience, the Proteas faced difficulties reeling in their very determined opponents, resulting in that 49-47 loss. And the scenario, of course, echoing the 2022 Commonwealth Games, where Uganda secured a similar win over our ladies in that 5th, 6th position contest there as well. So let's look at the flip side of that coin. And in a triumphant display, Australia clinched their 12th Netball World Cup championship. And they did it in fine style, quashing England's bid for a maiden victory. So despite England's prior group stage success with a 56-55 edge in that earlier encounter, they stumbled against a very dominant Diamonds outfit, succumbing 61-45 in the end. So that victory signifies Australia's remarkable 9th consecutive appearance in the final. That is amazing, and their only setbacks, in fact, coming in the 2003 and 2019 edition. They are very well-deserved world champions, so well done, ladies. That's where we leave our sport for this Monday morning, though, with the mixed feelings. So hopefully we can be a bit more positive about the roads. Zoe has got the latest on the traffic front.
Thank you, Graham. Let's start off with traffic in Johannesburg, Diepkloof. There's congestion on the N12 westbound between Tom Jones Road and Atlas Road. Please allow for more travel time. In Bellville, Cape Town, there is heavy congestion on the N1 inbound at Jip de Jager. Do expect delays. And if you're in Cape Town, we have this due to the taxi strike. Law enforcement has started clearing vehicles after early morning blockades towards the airport. All lanes closed inbound, so please use an alternative route and be safe on the roads. That's your traffic. Let's take another look at your weather. And this morning, we have a most encouraging environmental report for our viewers. South Africa has announced that it will impose a 10-year ban on fishing near penguin colonies in a bid to bring the little black and white bird back from the brink of extinction. The critically endangered African penguin, endemic to South Africa and Namibia, risks being wiped out by 2023 if no action is taken, said Environment Minister Barbara Creecy at a media conference. To quote Creecy, she says, "I have taken a decision to implement fishing limitations in the waters around penguin colonies for a minimum of 10 years. The penguin, which waddles awkwardly on land but turns into a fast-swimming torpedo in the water, has suffered a drastic decline in numbers. Of some 1 million mating pairs, penguins are monogamous, that huddled on southern Africa's shorelines a century ago. Not more than 10,000 remain today." On that note, let's take a final look at your temperatures for today. In Polokwane, your low is 4, your high 23. Mpumbela, a low of 8 with a high of 28. If you're in Pretoria, a low of 7 and a high of 24 can be expected. Johannesburg, 6, reaching a high of 22. Mahikeng, 3, 25. Klerksdorp, 3, 23. Kimberley, your low is 4, your high 24. Bloemfontein, -1 with a high of 23. Richards Bay, 13 with a high of 24. If you're in Pietermaritzburg, your low is 8, your high 24. Durban, 14, reaching a high of 23. Mthatha, 7, 23. East London, 12, 22. If you're in Cradock, a low of 6 and a high of 26 can be expected. Gqeberha, your low is 12, your high 20. George, 9 with a high of 20. Cape Town, 17, reaching a high of 19. If you're in Worcester, 5's your low, 23 your high. Sutherland, 4, reaching a high of 20. And Uppington, a low of 7 and a high of 29 degrees Celsius. Well, those are your temperatures for today. Let's finish your Monday morning's weather report off by your sunrise views. For your 8 a.m. update, Wendy in midstream shared this one. Look at those orange tones in the sky. And Shakira in GQ showing a moment overlooking the city, watching the pretty city lights. So thank you for that sunrise view. Mike from Graafrenet shared this one of his morning. Look at those stunning pinks and purples. It looks like a painting. And Ronnie is sharing his views of the trees and sunrise in Gqeberha. What a blessing. Well, if you have a good morning view to share, whether it's a photo or a video, we love seeing it. So please continue to share it on our WhatsApp line. Our number is 063 408 8863.
Thank you so much, Zozo. Thank you for all of those beautiful pictures. Now, this is to answer all of the people who are asking us for more details on this amazing opportunity.
Whether you're an experienced trader or have always been interested in getting started but haven't dipped your toes just yet, there is no better time to do it and no better partner than OctaFX to try. Now, OctaFX is South Africa's most reliable trading platform, proven, and they have just turned 12 years old, and they've got an incredible track record. And now, added to that, to celebrate their birthday, they are giving you guys the chance to win epic prizes, which include PlayStations, iMacs, MacBooks, headphones, even VR headsets. We are talking everybody's top 5 list, okay? Now, the contest has officially started, and the competition is now open to both new and existing users. And if you don't have an account yet, just do it. Download the OctaFX app, register an account, and then to enter, all you have to do is trade at least 2 lots from today up until the 14th of August. Trust me, you'll want to do it immediately when you get on board. 2 lots equals 1 ticket. So the more lots you trade, and you will want to trade as many as you can, the more tickets you can get and the better your chances of winning. Simple as that. And these prizes are absolutely amazing. Now, the platform also provides easy to understand educational materials. It's like having a mentor in your pocket that'll help you trade with confidence and also just enjoy the excitement of it. So visit OctaFX.com right now. That's your starting point. You can learn all about their approach to trading and maybe even win some amazing prizes along the way. But make sure you start right now. Don't waste any more time. You do not want to miss out on this one. Good luck.
It's my feel good.
Welcome back. It is your Feel Good Breakfast Show, Expresso on S3. And aside from specializing in skin and body care for over 100 years, Bergsdorf has shown its commitment to its purpose, Care Beyond Skin, which is their global sustainability initiative. It expresses Bergsdorf's passion to reach beyond its core business of taking care of people's skin and making a sustainable contribution to people, society, and the environment. The first ever Care Beyond Skin Day was aimed at giving 20,000 employees from around the world the opportunity to volunteer for one day to support support communities in need. Our very own Kuhle joined in on this incredible initiative. Take a look.
I am so excited to be here at Tanda Mtwalume in KwaZulu-Natal to find out more about the partnership between this beautiful community and Beiersdorf, who have shown their commitment to their Care Beyond Skin sustainability initiative. And they'll be working together on various improvement projects here at Tanda's Early Childhood Development Center and in surrounding communities.
Tanda offers a holistic response to the critical needs of children in the Mtwalume community. We do this through early childhood education programs, parenting programs, and socioeconomic out-of-school learning programs. We also offer organic farming programs that enable food security in the households themselves.
Harrison, we can hear the children singing and just having a good time today. Is this what Care Beyond Skin Day is all about?
Absolutely. It's really exciting to be here, not just with you, but with all of these kids and with 120 of our staff. Care Beyond Skin Day is really about making impact to the communities that we work with, the communities that we live in. You know, our purpose as a company is to care beyond skin. Super exciting. I'm really loving all the energy here, people getting excited, teaching them. It's absolutely fantastic.
Initiatives like this are very important in South Africa because our democracy is fairly young, right? We are still growing and we don't want anyone to be left behind. For Beiersdorf to come in to contribute towards growth and development is something that inspires us as individuals to do what we can to contribute to the greater good of our humanity and our country as a whole. What do you look forward to the most when you arrive here at Tanda?
A lot. Since I'm from this area, I was born. I'm in this area, I went to schools around here. So I always reflect on my childhood, you know, how things were like when I was still a child. And I feel so happy for these kids because now they're in an environment that is so stimulating. It's also like helping them to have a much better start in their lives, which is something that we did not have. So being part of this, there's no price I can put to it. Actually, to me, Tanda is at a center of my heart.
Oh, teaching at Tanda, it's so nice. I learn a lot of things, you know, learning about kids' personalities, kids' behaviors, and understanding like the parents, because we are working with the parents, a lot of different people. You learn like new skills with them. Once you enter the classroom, you can find that love and you forget about everything.
Harrison, what a fantastic day it is. This is absolutely incredible work that you are all doing. Talk to us about why you decided to get involved with Tanda as your CSI project.
And we're looking for one that shared our values and also empowered communities in a sustainable and inclusive way. And Tanda was the perfect partner, and we've been on this for about 7 years. I think we started in 2016, and it's just been amazing to see the kind of impact we've been able to make. I think the kids and just seeing the impact we're making with those kids has been really, really humbling.
And how did Tanda utilize the COVID-19 relief fund?
Tanda ECD was really the only beacon of hope in lockdown, and we focused on two key areas. One was providing food to people in the area, the kids as well as elderly people. And the other priority which we had was to make sure that some form of education continued for almost 1,000 kids of the area. We delivered over 150,000 kilograms, that's 150 tons of food parcels to the households around the area. A big impact that we made.
I truly enjoyed contributing to the painting of the school walls. There were different groups positioned in different places. Some were painting, there was planting, creating wooden garden boxes as well, and also just the interaction with the children, the singing, the dancing. The entire day was absolutely splendid. Yay! The joy is in the air. I am thoroughly inspired by the Care Beyond Skin initiative at Tanda today. The generosity of Beiersdorf in this community and around the world is absolutely amazing and has been a complete eye-opener for me. With this happening in South Africa, I want to share a valuable quote from Mutatu Madiba himself. Education is a powerful weapon which you can use to change the world.
I know he's on your TV screens the whole time, but for me to see him on the screen and then have him on the couch is a real privilege. And here to tell us more about his commitment to creating a more inclusive society and a long-lasting environmental impact is Mr. Godwin Harrison, Managing Director of Beiersdorf, Southern Africa. Harrison, it's so great to have you here.
It's really exciting to be here.
I love the work you and your team have done with Tanda. And what is it about Tanda, out of all the CSI projects you could have chosen, that makes this one so special?
I think maybe before I even answer that, I should probably give some perspective as to what Beiersdorf is, because I realize that some of your viewers are probably wondering, what's Beiersdorf? Who's Beiersdorf? You may not have heard about Beiersdorf, but you've probably heard about our brands like Nivea, Eucerin, Labello. Those are the popular ones. And Beiersdorf has done a lot in terms of charitable contributions, but we really looked for an organization that we could partner with that was involved in uplifting and empowering communities around South Africa. And what we found with Tanda is one that aligned with our core values. They did a lot of work in terms of education and sustainable impacts that they were making. And not only that, did it in an inclusive and in a diverse way. So that is really part of the main reason why we partnered with Tanda to make the kind of impact that we have made.
And it is a beautiful impact, because to care beyond Skin Day is incredible, but we want to know what's your highlight.
Wow. I think the Care Beyond Skin Day was absolutely amazing. You saw from the video, we did everything from paint buildings, we built stairs, we planted trees. But when I think back to probably what really struck me, it's the time that we spent with the kids. We recently commissioned a digital laboratory in Tanda, the first in the area. And just sitting with the kids and teaching them a few computer skills, you know, talking with the younger ones, just seeing how they think, inspiring them. I think that is really, really the highlight for me, spending those time with the kids and just seeing the kind of lights that come on when you're able to connect with them on a deeper level.
And those are beautiful highlights, because to have that impact, and you can see the impact that, you know, the volunteers have done, and you taking them on. I say you, Beiersdorf, as a CSI, it is incredible. Now, when it comes to CSI projects, I mean, this is a great one, the Care Beyond Your Skin Day. And for other companies and organizations within South Africa that perhaps have you know, they were like, oh, we would love to do something similar. We would love to take a page from Beiersdorf's book. How would you encourage them to get involved and to look at a CSI project this way, the same way you guys do?
Yeah, I think for us, as I said, we were involved in charitable works for a while, but we really wanted to focus. And, you know, when we picked Tanda, one statistic that really stuck with me was the fact that 90% of the development of the brain of a child happens before the age of 5. And 2/3 of South African kids don't have access to early childhood development programs like the one at Tanda. You know, so when I think about the kind of impact that we're making, even if it's to just one kid, we've done hundreds, but even if it's to just one kid, it's massive. So for other corporates that are looking at getting involved and individuals that are looking at getting involved, I would say don't think too big. Just start and grow. We started small, and today we've grown the Care Beyond Skin Day into something where we've had 20,000 employees all around the world trying to make a difference in one way or the other. So just start small, make a plan, and get moving. That would be my advice.
I love that. The start small and get moving. Don't be stuck in the boardroom. Don't think of all these big, elaborate ideas. Get on the ground and get moving. I love that. And the relationship that you guys have with Tanda is also very special. Where do you see it going in the future?
Yeah, I mean, we've been very lucky with Tanda and quite blessed to be able to make the kind of impact we've made. In the midterm, we're actually discussing a 2 to 3 year program where we will scale up. We'll actually scale up to impact hundreds, if not thousands, more kids across 32 municipalities and 7 wards, right? So we want to scale that up. We want to have a bigger impact, and I do see us doing that in the foreseeable future.
I see that too. Harrison, thank you for joining us this
Pleasure.
morning.
Thank you, Zoe.
Thank you. And there you go, Care Beyond Skin. It is Beiersdorf's commitment to reach beyond taking care of people's skin and make sustainable contributions to society and the environment like they have done locally at Tanda. Now, we look forward to what the future holds for this incredible initiative, and we'd also like to encourage other organizations to contribute to those in need in South Africa and beyond.
I love causes just like that. And of course, there's a cause for you to stay on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. We're going to show you a flop-proof puff pastry recipe that's going to help you with your chicken and mushroom pie. And then also, is money your love language? That is the big question. Please stick around. It's going to be great.
It's my feel good.
Welcome back. It is your Feel Good Breakfast Show, Expresso. Now, we've all heard of the 5 love languages. Words of affirmation, acts of service, receiving gifts, quality time, and physical touch.
Oh, touch, sorry.
Touch. Now, while money isn't on that list yet, Graham, it definitely plays a part in how some people do show affection. So in today's Our Money Matters, I have 3 questions for him to help us find out when is someone spoiling you or trying to buy you. There is a fine line. Okay, gentlemen, are you ready?
I'm so ready.
Let's do this.
Okay, before we get into the money matters, let's quickly identify your love language. Out of the 5 love languages, which one would you say is more applicable to you, Wasty?
I'd say affirmation and quality time.
Okay.
What were they again?
There was quality time, there was affirmation, there was physical touch, there was gift giving, as well as something else.
Cash money. No, it's physical touch. I think I am quite a tactile person.
Yes.
I need lots of hugs from my kids, and I need I need to
physical
know
touch.
that you're there. Okay.
Thank you.
Cool. And yeah, and lots of hugs from my colleagues. Unrequited, sorry.
Okay, I would say mine's quality time and touch.
Yes.
Touch. Okay.
money.
Now, have you, gentlemen, ever been in a situation where you felt like someone was trying to buy your love or friendship?
Unfortunately not.
Yeah.
Really?
No, I've never. No, I've had some dodgy interest, but no one's been wealthy enough to try to buy my.
No, nobody from Saudi Arabia?
No, unfortunately not, man. I feel like I've missed a trick here. So thankfully not, but I have witnessed some crazy things like that. Now, I once saw a guy sit down, much older. She must have been about 20-odd years old. He was about 4 times that.
Yes.
And he sat down with about a 40-grand watch and gave it to her, wasn't impressed, literally stood up, walked to the jewelry store over there, came back with a tennis bracelet type thing, gave it, then she was happy. And I was like, is that really what... So this actually happens?
That happens.
It
well,
happens.
I have a friend who's now, you know, scrolling the online dating apps, and she said some of these men's profiles literally have cash on them. That's part of the, do you like me now?
Has anyone tried to buy you?
No, not at all. I'm still waiting for that deal from Saudi Arabia with my jersey. You know, it's just 40 billion rand transfer. No, but nobody as yet, though. I don't think that's been... I live in South Africa. We don't have money.
Maybe it's a girl thing there.
Yeah, no,
I think it's more
might be more of that, yeah.
More geared towards the ladies. I think for me that was always the one thing in my single days when you would go on dates, when they try and splurge, and it's just you're trying to show me how much you have, and it really was a little bit off-putting.
Okay.
It wasn't, it didn't impress. So that for me was always, I think that's, then it's more geared towards the ladies.
Yeah.
Now, gentlemen, where is the line between spoiling someone or trying to win them over with money?
I think if you've got the money, go crazy, man. I like the idea that someone out there is just going to be spoiled rotten with amazing things.
Yes.
I think that's cool. But it's the expectation that comes with it. That, I think, is where it becomes a little bit squirty. But I think it's going to be a mode. I think it's, and I'm speaking realistically, this is not my opinion or what I'd like to happen, but I think that will be. It's always going to be like that. If you've got the money, that's going to be one of the ways that you express your affection and love. And I don't think anyone's going to complain about being bought 40,000 rand watches.
But I mean, if your love language is quality time and that person's now buying you expensive watches instead of spending quality time with you, then I think, you know, that's kind of where you then have to start having these questions like, is this enough for me?
Ah, I like that. You know what, you should drop the mic there. That's exactly what we are getting at over here, because I just think that money has a certain value in a certain world. Don't let those worlds collide with the world of love and appreciation. Because the thing is, if you really value something, you'll act on it, you wouldn't pay for it.
True.
And, look, that's when we talk about that emotion, money does connect to an emotion, but it's not love.
There we go. Well, there you go, from our love brothers from the couch.
Oh, yeah.
That is your money matters. And if money is your love language, then maybe Nedbank is the partner you need. Because with the My Goals account, you'll get plenty of gifts like 50% off at New Metro, 25 cents cash back on petrol at BP, and even 12 free domestic lounge visits per year when traveling. Plus so much more. So if you are fallen in love with the idea of serious rewards and cashback, then visit netbank.co.za.
Mabel, check this. With a My Goals premium account, you get 12 free airport lounge visits. 12? Yeah.
God, David, when are you busy planning your next getaway during office hours? Man.
All right. You
feeling good?
I am feeling good. I'm feeling really excited about the prospect of what we're about to bake. And I think both Carl and I are just wondering why no one's tried to buy us as yet. Maybe we need to up our kitchen game. That'll make us more of an attractive prospect. So that's what we're going to do right now. We're about to unlock the secret to a flop-proof puff pastry using Golden Cloud. You can see how nervous I am just saying that. Now, whether you're a seasoned baker or just finding your feet in the kitchen, kind of like the two of us, this recipe is a game changer, we are told. So today, we're going to show you a modern twist on the classic chicken and pie, the OG. And this one is enveloped in the flaky goodness of our homemade puff pastry, and we're going to give it a shot. So, Mr. Waste, you're up for this, bro?
I like the word enveloped. The way you just hit that word, enveloped.
Yeah, this is an unctuous-looking sauce here. So I'm going to have to get to the filling. This is where we want to be, and we're using the flavorful, darker meat of our chicken here because we've got the fats, we've got the flavor. Yeah, I know it's your favorite. It's the little pieces. So we're going to start with a little bit of oil in our pan. I'm going to move through this probably a little bit quicker than I have to.
Let's do that, because I mean, if it is flop-proof, we might as well show that it can be, you know, uniquely made and very, very quickly made as well. So let's go.
I love it. And we're going to do it all because the people want to be fit. Yeah. Okay, there it is. That guy is coming together beautifully. And then, and this is a beautiful flavor mix. There is something so comforting and hearty about this. And we're going to zhuzh it up with our own kind of little white saucy kind of mixture in mix. But I think with this, the main thing, as most of us would know, with dealing with a protein, seal it first. Get that kind of the caramelization on the outside, so you've got those wonderful flavors. Let the oils kind of all come through, and that's going to be absolutely amazing.
You've done your mushrooms, which is great. So, I mean, there's a cooking time dropping as we speak. Flop-proof, remember? That's it. So that's done. With mushrooms have been done.
And then we've got some beautiful
leeks going in.
I mean, I love a leek.
Yes. Underrated.
Completely underrated. Just a leek in tomato puree, a bit of olive oil in the oven. Absolutely beautiful.
That's all you need.
And then our onion going in. Well, that's starting to smell spectacular. A little bit of salt and a little bit of pepper. And while this cooks down, before I introduce the saucy elements...
You are saucy.
Are you going to give a go at this puff pastry? Because this is something that I won't lie does intimidate me, dude.
Okay, well, what I'm going to do here is that the thing is, the reason why I said it was going to be great earlier is because imagine taking some frozen butter and actually grating it into a bowl. That's exactly what you do. You've got 2 cups of flour, and the thing is, the great thing with this flour is just, wow, Golden Cloud flour. It always gives you the softest and fluffiest bakes. It's South Africa's #1 flour brand and promises flop-proof baking results. Just let's hope that I do the same over here. Now, usually I like to do a little bit of a sieve on this one, but the thing is, I'm trying to flop-proof it here, so I'm going to go in.
Just go.
And I want to get a nice consistency on the pastry as well. That's what I'm trying to do here. So there's 2 cups. It's going in. It's beautiful. Touch of salt in there as well. And then we just work it together until we get this beautiful dough. And we're going to laminate. So the great
What do you mean by that, Mr. Wasty?
So,
how do we laminate?
I'm glad you asked, Graham.
Are we going to cover it in plastic? No, surely not.
No, we're not going to laminate it like your kids' books. No, we're not going to do that. What we're going to do is we're just going to fold it over. We're going to roll and fold. Roll and fold.
Oh, like a
and what this does is, okay, you get kind of layer. I'm not going to see, but like there are layers here. All right, just watch those layers. And the great thing is that as the heat hits this, those layers start opening up, and those little pockets of air come through. Thus, puff.
Boom, bam.
Look at that. Spoiler alert.
Buddy, before you do that, I'm just going to hurry this along. Can I get 2 tablespoons of our, you can just pass me the Golden Cloud. So
Go
this
for
is
it.
going to
Golden Cloud sorted over there.
Inform our white sauce.
We are sorted here.
I'm going to give 2
laminated. And what we're going to do is when we roll this out, what I'm going to do is I'm going to score it so that as it cooks, it's going to separate in certain areas to create what you see over here.
Ooh, it's like food theatre, buddy.
It is indeed. Remember the scoring, you don't go all the way through, otherwise you're going to get the splits. You actually want that. Because what I need to do, while you complete that, because we're going to get to that level, is that I'm going to cut out the top of this. And when I do that, it's going to give you that perfect top. And that's correct, yes.
That is so...
Yes, we need to get very, very...
so we don't have to kind of line it in and create a whole base and do this whole big thing. We don't need all of those utensils.
And you can be really delicate with this one. Remember not to go all the way through. And we are just going to get this lid off. All of that goodness that you're creating there in here. And then we are good to go. We are ready.
Okay, I'm going to turn this guy down and just let our...
Right, if you want the recipe, please feel free. Expressoshow.com is where it's at.
Oh, that is so clever.
And that's what we're going to do. Do you see this?
Simple, and it really does hero the filling there as well. And I like that because for me, with a pie, especially a chicken pie, you need that kind of crispy butteryness in the pastry. The more of that, the better. You don't want no soggy pastry. And this kind of takes that to the whole higher level. It means all the pastry is crispy. That is beautiful.
Well, if you ever want to protect your pastry, then I mean, I would add something like at the bottom if you want to, you know, if you want to do something, if you want to really protect it. Like if you want to go bougie, you can go to some pancetta.
Oh, that is spectacular,
and then we are good to go.
Friends.
Look at that.
Deconstructed, reconstructed, absolutely exquisite. If you want to get your hands on this mouth-watering recipe, and it is mouth-watering, you can visit expressoshow.com. And then, of course, don't forget that Golden Cloud is giving you guys the chance to win big. All you got to do is share your winter treats with us so we can hopefully emulate it here on the show. And this is how you do it. Oh, this is smelling amazing.
I know. Baking is love made edible.
You can bake your way to a weekly cash prize of 5,000 Rand with Golden Cloud over the next 4 weeks.
Post a pic and recipe with your winter indulgence that you made with Golden Cloud and send it to our Expresso WhatsApp line or social media pages using that hashtag Golden Cloud Winter Treats.
Plus, you stand a chance of winning the grand prize of a KitchenAid stand mixer if you post a pic of you and your family baking with Golden Cloud on our WhatsApp line or any of our social media pages using that all-important hashtag Golden Cloud Winter Treats.
Don't forget to enter both separately from 12 July to 9 August, and T's and C's can be found on expressoshow.com.
Bespoke.
It's my feel good.
Welcome back, you beauties. Mzansi, can you feel that energy?
Yes.
So we are talking about Game Store's Electronics Mania sale up until the 26th of August in store and online.
Wow, you know, when you hear that, you've got game, and game's got you. Remember, today is your last chance to win a 2,000 Rand Game Stores shopping voucher. Simply reply to the competition post on Expresso's social pages and tell us what appliance or device you'd buy from Game Stores if you had a 2,000 Rand shopping voucher to spend.
Definitely go towards a very cheap laptop for me. Don't forget to hashtag #GotGame because they do got game, and include a screenshot or photo of the item that you'd like from gamestores.co.za in that entry. All important. Don't forget that. And the competition closes Monday the 7th of August. Today, T's and C's can be found on expressoshow.com.
And I mean, with the latest of in-home entertainment and office entertainment, call it that, because that's what it is with gaming. You can get your hands on some unbeatable deals. So why not start by upgrading with a Samsung 10-kilogram top loader that is now only 5,499 Rand, saving you 1,000 rand.
That is very good, and that'll take the load. That is amazing. Perhaps you're looking for a more cinematic experience in your particular home entertainment area, and if that's the case, this Samsung 58-inch crystal ultra high definition TV for 7,999 rand. That must definitely go in the cart, not physically in the cart, but they'll help you carry it, but put it in the cart.
Yeah, exactly. Also 58 inches, that's like 2 inches taller than I am. So if you need some extra help getting your tech set up, Game has a hands-on tech squad, a dedicated team of assistants who help customers set up any device, laptop, smartphone, bought in-store. They got your back.
They are amazing. So all the best of luck. Go out there and make sure you spend your hard-earned cash well. There are some crazy deals to get in.
Well, get ready to go because we are about to have a bit of fun with some really cool and crazy balls. Now, get ready as we go really fun with the ultimate challenge this morning. We have Graham and Wasty up against each other, and they are going to be armed with an assortment of balls from big to small and everything in between. And our brave contenders will go head-to-head to defy gravity and master the art of ball balancing.
Okay.
How good are you guys with balls?
You know, spectacularly good and spectacularly bad.
It depends
That's
on
kind of how
context.
I roll. Yeah.
If this was a five-a-side court, I think I'd be pretty decent.
Smashing it.
But we are now on live television.
Yeah.
So it could go any way.
And there ain't no court, and we've got every kind of ball imaginable.
That's
which is cool.
So how it's going to work is you will both face 4 different stations/obstacles.
Okay.
Each with balls of different sizes and different challenges. However, the winner of most of the rounds, or let's see who wins all of the rounds, will be the ultimate crazy ball master champion. Are you guys ready?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll start with which ball?
Well, let's start off with our mini soccer balls, which is over there.
I was going to go to the mini rugby ball
we
first, but I
need
like
you
this.
to balance these balls on your fingertips and then just make a figure of 8 through our little obstacle course without dropping it.
Okay, cool.
Right.
And you have to do it in 10 seconds.
Yeah.
In 3, 2, 1, go.
Waitering days. Hey?
There we go. Were you ever a waiter?
Filet.
Hey? A waiter? No. But I was waiting for the challenge.
Ah, there we go. Okay, well done. You both nailed it. I'll give each of you a point. Okay.
What are you doing? Sorry.
Next up,
Put it on its perch. There we go.
we're going to use our size 5 soccer balls.
Okay.
And I need you guys to do a solo dribble with soccer balls through the obstacle from point A to point B. So just weave through. Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
No.
In
This feels
3,
like five-a-side.
2,
Okay.
1, go. You've got 10 seconds.
Ooh.
Make your way around the obstacle course. 7 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Both of them are in. They both get a point. Well done, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Okay, are you ready for station/challenge number 3?
All right.
We're going to make use of the mini rugby balls and the large rugby balls, and I need you to balance them on your feet and leg.
Together.
Yeah, so
One
at the one and one at the other. Yeah, you can decide which.
I don't know which would be.
Balance. I think Wasty has got a good idea going. Okay, you've got 10 seconds in 10. 9.
Oh, yeah, we go.
8. 7. Oh, well, the timer started now. 10, 9.
What?
8.
Damn it.
See if you can get.
I don't know which is going to be.
Wasty's
Oh, you got.
I got somewhere.
You got
Wasty got it
2.9
balancing.
seconds. I got 2.9
balancing.
seconds at least. Well done.
Done. Are you guys enjoying these
I
balls?
love these games. This is great.
feels great.
This feels great for me, though.
Okay, so now we're going to have flying balls joining us because station/obstacle number 4 are the netball balls.
You should do
now,
well
each
at this
player,
one.
you will
So what do
need
we
to
have to
take
do?
a step while holding the ball, throwing the ball up in the air, and then shoot before the other one.
Okay, so it's a bit of netball vibe. Okay, I can see our crew is.
Okay, yeah.
We're
very
bringing
eagerly
extra
awaiting
people
to
in here
throw
to help
balls
us.
at us.
So you need to run and...
So yeah, show us there. So you're going to go zigzag there.
You're going to zig, and
catch,
and then throw it back.
Okay.
And then move to the
I'm
next.
going to
Did you play
zig.
netball? That was that Protea vibes. Wow.
I wish.
Did you see that now?
Cool.
Okay, cool.
That ball's hard. Okay, go.
Okay.
One at a time. Okay, one at a time.
Okay.
One at a time.
Okay,
Zigzag, you go first.
Okay,
and
can I go?
7, 6, 5.
I feel like I broke.
Catch the ball. Turn your back on the ball and shoot.
Wow, okay. Let's
was
go.
exciting.
Shabba.
I like your hand positioning is great. Nice. Nice.
Football.
Nice. And back. Score the point. Go. Booyah. I love it. It's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
Thank you.
I think it's impossible. I feel like both of you are the ultimate crazy ball challenge champions.
I love these.
Well done, gentlemen. Let's see how many balls you can hold in one go. While they do that, it is the Crazy Store's 26th birthday, and the fun keeps coming with amazing deals. Now, from the 7th to the 13th of August, enjoy a ball bonanza with fantastic 20% discount on all balls at stores locations across South Africa. Plus, you can win your share of 100,000 Rand. You could be one of 5 lucky winners to win 20,000 Rand cash weekly. Simply head on over to your nearest Crazy Store to find out how to enter and get crazy with the savings and prizes. There are some T's and C's that apply. Do you need help?
Just on the foot.
I'm just
there.
gonna,
you
just
go
gonna
there.
gradually make my way.
Here we go. Perfect. Yes. The Crazy Store.
Need you'll find great value for the whole family at the Crazy Store. So duck into a store near you and be surprised.
All right, so now we've got the Crazy, we're having a ball. We're going to continue with this amazing guy here. Kenny Hughes is going to be fantastic, so make sure you stick around for that. And then also we have the lach of the day. You can throw it to me, it's fine. There we go. You see, he's still having a ball in your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Stay there.
Crouch, touch, but don't you dare pause. Because when you buy any of our favorite Clover products, keep the till slip handy and catch the Expresso Breakfast Show every weekday morning for more details on how to enter. While the box are battling for rugby's greatest prize, you can win your share of 80,000 Rands worth of Weber Prize. So engage and win these greatest moments, brought to you with love by Clover.
It's my feel good
Show. Expresso, your S3. We're not stopping now. I know it's close to 9. It doesn't matter. We just continue going, and we need you to lach.
We do. And have you ever wondered what it feels like when that bank notification comes through and you realize you just got paid? Well, let's have a look at what payday feels like, and hashtag if you know, you know. And if you don't know, if you don't get it, forget about it. Let's take a look.
Yes! People, I got paid back. I got paid for my get. I got paid for a day. My get. I got alleen. I got paid for alleen. I got eten. Vorig jaar voor een minder gewerkt voor alleen gemaakt. Ik heb paid gemaakt.
We needed that one, eh?
We need the follow-up of when the debit orders go off,
Yeah.
please.
There's a different vibe there completely. But I'm glad we can make you lach, but let's make you sing with our talented performer today. And Graham is right next to a man with long, amazing hair. Do you know him? Kenny Hughes.
Just looking for the hair. Sorry, guys. Your hair is great, but Kenny, your hair is amazing, man.
I feel like that's all Carl knows me for, man.
Well, it's kind of your thing, man. Just go with it, okay? You need the chemistry. Buddy, first of all, thank you to all of you for being here and just injecting a whole different energy to our Monday. So we love that. It's a vitally important month for us on this show, and we are here for her. We are really behind Women's Month, and we want it to be every day, but this is the opportunity we have to really express the gratitude, the love that we have for the amazing female figures in our life. Is there a woman in your life that you'd like to speak to directly now, or maybe an influence, a feminine influence in your life that you'd like to speak to now on Women's Day?
I'd have to say my mom. My mom is the most supportive person I've ever had the privilege of meeting. She completely understands me every step of the way, and I wouldn't be where I am without her. So, Mom, if you're watching, which I know you are, I love you.
Because she's that kind of mom. Kenny's mom. We love you. Thank you so much for all of the support. What are you going to close us out with today?
The next song we're playing is a tune called Wicked Ways. I wrote it very long ago, and yeah, it's our privilege to play it for you now.
Well, let's see if he's moved away from his wicked ways. Ladies and gentlemen, with his incredible band, here is Mr. Kenny Hughes with some Wicked Ways. Take it away.
She'll never grow old. She's got no soul. Hot as a diamond, but she is brittle as stone. And she dresses passion with a satisfaction. Oh, so much pain dressed in latest fashion, yeah. I'm caught in the moment, surviving off of you. I'm caught in the moment, surviving off of you. I'm caught in the moment, surviving off of you. This is a fire that I just can't lose. I pray to heaven to give me 7 minutes to change my life before I become the next sacrifice. Ask Amazing Grace to show a beautiful face. So we all cursed in life by wicked, wicked ways. By wicked ways. By wicked ways. I'm caught in the moment, surviving off of you. surviving off of you. And this is a fight that I just can't lose. I just can't lose, yeah.
Another feel-good production.
I'm caught in the moment, surviving off of you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm caught in the moment, surviving off of you. This is a fight that I just can't lose. I just need to figure out my next move. Oh, my next move, yeah.
Yes!
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
Welcome back, you beauties. We are now live on Facebook and YouTube, or YouTube. on everything, because we love it, man. And of course, we are joined by the super talented and just lovely blues rock singer, songwriter, an all-round awesome guy, Kenny Hughes, and his amazing band. Thank you guys for sticking around. Recently released a brand new hot single titled Last Stand. But we want to catch up with the man now that we've got a few moments to talk. So if you've ever been down Riversdale Way, you might have bumped into Kenny in his favorite little grocery stop. You're kind of not in any of the musical epicenters. Is that a choice, not to base yourself in Pretoria, base yourself in Belleville, base yourself in these little cliques? Does it help or hurt you as an artist?
It helps me as a person, for sure. Yeah, because I started off my career in Joburg and Pretoria and stuff, and got fully invested in the rat race and all those type of things.
Fun enough, yeah.
Yeah, and I got lucky enough with, with the first lockdown, I was basically unemployed because I had no gigs, you know what I mean? There was no showtime. So I moved back to my family, who happens to be in Riversdale. And up in Pretoria and everywhere, all around playing, I've been looking for a solid band, and I couldn't find one. And then in Riversdale, a place with no robots, hardly any stop signs, I met these two lovely gentlemen, and now we're doing it together, man. Yeah, it's cool. Yeah.
And is it a different journey now, having a team around you in that sense? Creatively,
100%.
Does that look different?
100%, yeah. It's restrictive in certain ways because when I'm playing solo, I have all the freedom to change the rhythm whenever I want to. But now I've got two other guys. So once the rhythm's set, that's got to be it, you know, else it's going to be a mess.
Now, I want by nodding heads, is that the case? Does he still stick to it, or is he still off on his own tangent? You'll get fired, don't answer that. Now, I suppose you've got to have a bit of room to breathe in that space, because your mode is very much steeped in a tradition and a sound and an algorithm. I get that. To be successful in this lane, you've got to kind of tick a few boxes. But to be uber successful, you've got to break all the rules, and you've got to step outside of that. When you approach the creative process, is it with a goal in mind? Is it like an organic thing that just unfolds with it? I would imagine a chord is involved somewhere. The guitar must be present.
That's exactly what it is. It's fully organic for me. So I would, it usually starts with the guitar, you're absolutely right. So I would come up with like a nice chord or something. Something that just sounds nice. And it'll like spark that inspiration, you know? And then I start recording on my phone. I sing over whatever chord progression I have. And then whatever words sound really cool, like I would go listen back to the recording, whatever I like, I pick and choose the parts I want.
Meaning, it's phonetic with the words. I love that. So it's how they sound as much as what they mean. Okay, so we're gonna play out now. With what song are you gonna round off?
Well, we're gonna do Last Stand for you guys. Yeah.
That's quite an epic title to give an epic song. What does it speak of, The Last Stand?
It was basically when I started out in the music industry, you know, like you get told how difficult it's going to be and all these type of things, but I thought it was sort of like a video game, you know, if you do certain things will happen. I was wrong. So it's this song is basically my statement of independence. It's just I'm going to do it my way. You know, if you're going to listen to every guy telling you how to do your thing, then you're not going to have your thing anymore. So it's sort of an independence type thing. Funny thing about this song, actually, it was the first song I ever wrote, the very first one. And now, 7 years later, it was finally finished to the point I could actually record it. Yeah.
Well, its time has come. Its time has come, just like the time has come for the gents. So cool, your backstory, the fact that you have connected, and of course, we get to experience that. Thank you so much for just being this. Everything that you embody as an artist. It's so awesome to connect with you again. Thank you for bringing this crazy board with you as well.
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing.
Shenanigans.
But I have a feeling there are a couple of artists out there that might be feeling that feel right now, that moment of, I need to back myself and stop listening to everyone else. I need to stand up and take my last stand. Let it happen right now. Take it away, gents.
Shut your eyes now, baby. Shut your eyes now, little. It's easy to forget me. nothing now. This'll be my last stand. World behind me, the world behind. This is me. This is my last stand.
Does it always sound like that, or did you give it a little extra something? Because that was...
You know, sometimes we wing it, man.
Wow. No, that whole performance, I was just looking at your guys' faces to see if he was staying in his lane throughout that performance. The ungodly things you do with that guitar, my friend, likewise, all of you, that was an experience.
Oh, thanks so much.
Incredible. I always say, as soon as I start picturing like the epic final scene in a movie, then I know a song is there. And it's just so awesome. Absolutely amazing. Download, download, download. Available for download right now?
Definitely, yeah. All over. Spotify, iTunes, Deezer.
Do it.
It's probably everywhere.
Yeah, and it's only going to spread, my friend. Absolutely exquisite. I think this was quite a privilege today to have you guys doing what you do. Watch that form into an axe as you were playing. Absolutely beautiful. Support.
Snake neck, you know, snake neck.
Snake neck, yeah, buddy. This thing, I think, has a life of its own, to be
she
quite
breathes,
honest.
man. She breathes.
Oh, I can feel it. Don't bite
Tread
me.
lightly, right?
Easy, easy, easy. Now I'm starting to feel a little unsafe in this place. Absolutely wonderful to see this kind of organic magic happening in our studio. What a privilege to have the band here today. I'm going to call them Kenny and the Hughes. Guys, thank you so much for giving us your time, giving us this much talent. All you have to do is download vocals from the locals to echo Mr. Wasty. Go and check out all of our social media posts. We'll promote as much as we can. Just go and support and see live if you can. We'll have your website details or your social details up so you can go and see these guys perform live, because that is where the magic happens. Ladies and gentlemen, one last time, Kenny Hughes in the house. We will see you live for the show back in TV Land tomorrow morning at 6. We love you. Mwah. Adios. Thank you, guys. Beautiful.
Thank you so much, man.